USAA Insurance. Making insurance easy is our duty. Eligibility restrictions apply. Insurance provided by United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
They say credit belongs to the man in the arena who spends himself in a worthy cause. The glory is reserved for the few who, no matter what, answer the call to enter the arena. It echoes out, reverberating across the globe. It only acts to reach the bold, never the timid. The call delivers victory to the deserving and rewards the devoted. For when your time comes, there is only one option. Enter the arena. Fight for the call.
Welcome to day 2 of the Florida home series. The sun is shining at the beach and the boys are working very hard to bring home a W today. Thieves and Legion coming to you guys in moments, but first let me welcome you inside our CDL HQ presented by USAA. You know the drill. I got your boy Nameless here on the desk with me today, of course, to set the table. And mate, I gotta say, the Thieves are in 6th place in the league's point standings, but it doesn't really feel like they're much of a threat to win the title currently based on where they're standing. So from your perspective, we're jumping straight into business. What do you think really needs to be fixed here for the Thieves to become a top team?
Their hardpoint, 100%. It has to be that. Across their last 2 series, they're 0-4 in hardpoint. And at one time, this team was lights out in hardpoint. Everybody was frying. You know, Kenny and Draza were going off. The squad was nasty. And then with all these changes that they've had, it's thrown their system out of whack. I mean, you think back to their honeymoon period and the way that they played hardpoint. I mean, it was just a flurry of kills. They would get their setup going. They'd add those barriers of entry to the hill. And they'd start to get those kills, push out, and get those back-to-back chains. And you could see, it doesn't matter what roster they have. Right here in their last, 4 hardpoints, they've all been getting absolutely smoked. And I think it just comes down to, their practice. What they're practicing is not translating into the game. And, in that honeymoon period, they were fantastic. Now that they've had time to identify the issues that have been happening in the second halves of these rotations in hardpoint, they should be better today. They've had a few days, and I expect better from them.
Yeah, definitely. I think from my perspective, in an overall kind of view of this team, they just need to find their groove again. Before that they had benched TJ, they brought on Hook. I mean, with TJ, they were looking pretty good. They had a rhythm. Actually, to be honest, they were kind of a potential threat to the league at that point. They were catching fire. And then obviously they had another change up and back again. And it's created such a big lag spike in their work as a team. So it's going to take some time to find that once again, But like you said, Anne, they've had a little time to identify the issues. And now it's time to put that into practice and build up their strengths as a team. Now, another team I want to mention is the Mutineers. Now, they're holding on to that 8th and final spot for champs, and you think that they're a top 4 team right now, Nameless, but I want to know a little bit more from you. So let's take a look at the stats here and see what they've been doing as of recently, because this team has kind of tried and struggled with consistency. Yes, so some big changes and notable ones at this. So Havoc, he was actually at a 0.88 in the Major 3, and he's jumped there to a 1.10. He was actually 47th, and he's now 13th, so some big changes have been happening. How do Mutineers, though, Nameless, upset NYSL today?
Yeah, I mean, certainly they're playing like a top 4 team for me in the last couple of games. I look at this team, and I've shown them a lot of love throughout the season because I know what their potential can be. And going up against New York, I mean, they have their work cut out for them because New York is a button-up squad. I'm looking at Neptune, and I'm looking at Havoc, these 2 guys. When Havoc first joined the squad, I thought Neptune and Havoc, they had a bit of learning to do, but over the course of the last 2 matches that they've had, these guys have been fantastic. The one issue I still have with Florida is they play what I like to call bailout Call of Duty. Now, they have to win these crazy crazy gunfights to get out of certain situations. Fundamentally, I feel like they're not all there yet, and that's why we see these wild swings where a few of these players have 1.2s or 1.10s and then a 0.8 in a series, right? So it's about them identifying and figuring out the fundamentals and having that become consistent in all the players on the squad, and then they will be able to take down teams like New York, like FaZe, like Toronto. But for Florida, I think this team has a lot of upside, and it starts with the SMGs. So I'm looking at them today in this matchup against HyDra and Asim.
Definitely. I think, you talk about consistency, and for me, I also want to see Awakening and Sky's perform at a more consistent level. These guys are very hot and cold, but when they're on it, this team is performing like a top 2 team against some of the biggest dogs in the league, which to me just screams like, we just got to be up there, guys. Perform the way that you know how to perform. But something I have noticed is Awakening and his kind of unconventional play that happens. He finds himself in pretty sticky situations, and he can actually over-challenge a little bit or make the wrong plays at times. And in most cases, players, it would be shut down. But what Big Wake does so well is he wins his gunnies and he comes out of those situations on top. He has some ridiculous skill, of course, but to be able to do that in almost impossible scenarios speaks absolute volumes. Right now, though, I want to see Awakening put himself into better, more impactful positions, better scenarios. That would make a huge difference to this team. Absolutely, live up to your potential. We know you can get out of terrible situations, but put yourselves in the good ones and start really producing some of the goods for your team as well overall. Now, we do have a schedule coming your way, folks. I'm sure you want to know exactly what's happening today, and if you don't worry, we have you covered, along with the US Army, of course, right here. We do have, first up, the Thieves bringing the heat of the on-fire LA team before the major, going up against Paris Legion, who are ready to show the CDL world that they deserve some respect in the league. The final match is going to be our Beach Boys Mutineers, who will be doing everything but lounging around today, heading into this series against the force of public transport in New York. And no one likes to mess with the subway, let's be honest, especially on a hot day. But this match is bringing all of the heat. So here we go, folks. 2 bangers, 2 potential outcomes, win or lose. But I already set you up for a dub today with the casters we hand selected to start your Friday. Miles and Chance are with you after the break.
The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenni, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenni Block's blue light protection glasses by visiting zenni.com/gaming. Presented by USAA Renters Insurance, made to insure your gear in real life. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday. Let's get these games underway. Welcome back to the Call of Duty League. LA Thieves taking on Paris Legion is our first course of action today. Got a bit of NYSL going up against the Mutineers later on, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Well, let's go through our first teams though. I mean, let's face it, mate. A lot has been going on. We've got team changes in true abundance here. LA Thieves making a lot of changes. Paris getting a few changes in there as well. Oh, Chance. It's non-stop, baby. We're having to relearn these rosters, think about team chemistry, roles are being swapped all about. It's just time after time, changes.
Well, and the thing for the Thieves changes, right, is they are very much trying to win. Like the current roster that they had previously started to have a lot of success, and then they tried out Hook because, like, obviously you give that a shot, right? But things did not pan out. You bring back TJ to try to get that ball rolling, find that old form, and then start improving from there. And on the flip side for Paris, they're just trying to find something, anything, big arms, small arms, wide arms, whatever it's going to be. They need a little bit of help.
They do need a little bit of help. Two people who don't need any help is myself, Miles, and him, Chance. We're ready to rock and roll throughout this entire day. Lots of fun to be had, my friends. But you've seen the team change graphic. You've seen us here on the stage. That means it's almost ready to get into this one. Let's get this rolling, pals. Let's meet the LA Thieves. A lot of talk at the moment, of course, the LA Thieves making a big change. Who goes back to the bench? We've seen a lot of content they've been putting out across the LA Thieves YouTube channel, talking about, you know, the team vibes, chemistry, everything's going quite well so far. Of course, TJ, not a real foreign body to this makeup, you know. He seems to have a lot of, you know, good vibes, good times. He fit right back in. They still have a bit of a climb, though, Chance. It has to be said. I mean, the team, they've got a bit of a run to make. You know, they're still within that top 8, but, hey, man, anything can happen here in the Call of Duty.
And I will say, man, thinking of a player like TJ, he's great. He has a very high like skill ceiling, whatever it's going to be. But I want to see like prime toast. I want to see that kid back in form. Obviously, we can only see like the top half of TJ when he's on camera. I hope he is rocking the PJs underneath, because we know that when he puts those things on, he can fry on the main stage. So just maybe keep in the back of your minds. If he's rocking the PJs, you know he's ready to go.
Cozy man in and out of the game. Max comfort. It does deliver maximum results. But now their opponents' friends, hailing from all the way across the pond from Europe. I hope them find the most success they possibly can, because they damn well deserve it. It is the Paris Legion.
Wonderful start here from Paris Legion. Paris Legion just about pushed that player off the hard point.
Just can they clutch up and go big?
Classic just being aggressive in the plane.
Fire's got to get on the bomb, and he will. He finds the kill.
Unbelievable stuff.
Awkward from the back end, able to pick up 3 along the way.
Paris Legions.
What a round.
And Classic really be the difference maker here for Paris Legion. I said it before, man. I mean, I love the boys. I want to see some success here, and you know, let's see if it can go good. He was a true key player here in the team. Zaptius doing what he can though, and Chance, I'm hearing the rumors, mate. Is Aqua now running a sub? Is that what's going on now here in the Paris Legion roster?
That is what I have heard. That is what Aqua has said on stream. Part of me thinks I was just hallucinating it, because like I don't know if I want to believe that that is true, but apparently that is the case. They're making a couple roster swaps. Temp and Scraps are going to be running the Krigs, or maybe one of them going to be the Flex. But Aqua, yeah, on the SMG for the first time, I want to say since like Advanced Warfare.
Ever.
It has been a very long time. And I will say, just like thematically, if there is a player that almost always is going to be running an SMG, I have a lot of faith for them to be able to pick up the Krig and to find their place fairly quickly. I think the idea of, you know, hold a power position, hold an angle, whatever it's going to be, running an AR is super complicated. To learn an SMG this late in the year, this is timings that you have to iron out. It can be incredibly difficult. So, I mean, for Paris, in my mind, the players that need to step up and have the dominant performances, it's going to be your guys rocking the ARs, or maybe even Zaptius can fulfill that role, but I would be incredibly impressed if Aqua is able to come out and just have a blinder of a series, because again, switching to SMG at this point of the year, I just can't imagine it to be very easy. And for the secondary point, obviously, you're going against the Thieves. It is just a roster full of players that can clutch and search and destroy. This has been a team, Paris, that has thrived in S&D as of late. They got to make sure they close out every single round where they get that advantage and make sure they don't drop the ball.
Well, there you go, the game field keys to victory there for Paris Legion. Now, time to look on the other side of the stage. The game field keys to victory and our chance for the LA Thieves.
And finding that old Hardpoint form is really key. They were decent, right? Like when they picked up Draza and Venom, I think they were like 5-3 in Hardpoint with that roster. Since they made the move to bench TJ and, you know, try out Hook and then come back to this roster, 1-8 in Hardpoint since then. They have struggled in the map 1s and the map 4s. Secondary point, again, just be aggressive. If Aqua's trying to get used to these timings, don't give him an opportunity to be comfortable, right? Fly at him constantly. You know Venom and TJ, it's their saying, either flying and frying or flying and dying. But I think if you got a guy potentially uncomfortable in the new role, just aggression in general is gonna pay dividends for you. And then for the third point, well, mistake-free COD. My expectation at the very least is Thieves are going to be the better team coming into this. They've had a little bit more time with their current roster, even with a hiccup in the middle of it, to work on the teamwork. As long as you have strong rotations, don't get too loose, like don't mess around and have too much fun. Just come in and take care of business. They should be good to go.
Maps and modes, friends, and it is a little bit of everything throughout the day here. Moscow raid Garrison Apocalypse and that standoff to finish us off. Game 5, should we have to go all the way? But a lot of fun to be had here in this series ahead of us. Moscow Hardpoint, a lot of fun. I mean, mate, what was the league play? I'd say, friends, Chance was in a league play game. I'm not kidding. This is one of the perks, I suppose, from working from home. He was in a league play game like that finished within about 30 seconds of the show going live. What were you playing, mate? Can you tell us?
It was a standoff search and destroy. And we did get the win, but the other team, let me tell you, was playing super slow, and I thought I was going to be late, but here we are. And now I got the energy off the dub, ready to cast some Call of Duty.
I love that. Because we were sitting there preparing to get into the game, and I was like, are you all good? You're all good? He was like, yeah, I'm actually in a game right now, and it's a 1v1, and my teammate better win it because we got a show to do. Woo, one of the strange, unusual perks of working from home, friends. But here we go, map number 1. Ready to rock and roll. It's Paris, it's the LA Thieves, and we're in Moscow, and we're playing Hardpoint. Let's get it.
Ooh, this is just one of those moments I wish I knew some like Russian just for the introduction to the map, but it is Aqua. You see already the strat. He's taking long routes. He's got the Eskies fight. He's trying to take it down for Venom. Or maybe the SMG is a lie. He takes the Krig off the rip to make it happen, or maybe, hey, that is just the benefit of the map. It is large enough. You can afford to have an extra Krig in hand, so that is just a background storyline. We'll try to figure it out. Maybe he just tried out the SMG. Things weren't going well, and he switched back, but maybe it was all a dream. All a hallucination, Miles. I have no idea.
He fooled us all. He fooled us all, of every single one of us, even the CDL Intel account. Still, though, not a bad start for the LA Thieves. Decent time going their way. A 3-man hit now through gold for Paris. Scraps first in, first to die. TJ finds 2. Not able to get the 3rd, but nice shots early on. Coming out of Barb himself as TJ keeps it going. Draza has street on lock. So far, this is a good start for the LA Thieves. Right-hand side of the map under their control. They should have spawns for P2. See that lock on the right-hand side of the minimap now as Paris once again flies through the front. The 2-piece, no. Venom, he's going to lose that gunfight and gives the slightest of opportunities now for Paris to make their way forward.
Paris trying to make their way forward through laundry. They got shot down by Kenny along the way, and I don't know, thinking of Kenny just in the back of my mind, he has to be one of the most frustrating players for a coach to watch, but the trades are in. Draza able to pick up 2, and the Thieves nice and secure, but I mean, just imagine him play, right? Why, just non-stop, just challenge, whatever. Like, Kenny has the play style of like, I'm better than you, and I'm just playing like that. Just that sort of aggressive, willing to chow everything sort of thing. And I just gotta imagine for JCap, it just, you know, causes him worry at times, but for Kenny, I mean, the man can fry.
Yeah, I think Cap might have lost all of his fingernails throughout the course of this entire season, but again, we make our way over to another hardpoint. Hardpoint number 3. Now Paris in the driver's seat. They're going to be the first over there. We have yet to see Zaptius pick up a kill so far. 0-6. Very uncharacteristic of him, but we'll see how it goes. Hardpoint's up and about. Paris with the first taste. Takes scraps on the flank. 1 through bank. Kenny slides out just a second. The trophy for a consolation prize as well. Zaptius, time to get on the board. Is it? It's only TJ. Take him down, brother. Challenge him! Murder it is. There's the first kill for Zaptius, and we've still got the hold going the way of Paris.
hey, if you find yourself in a situation where after the first 2 hills, you get a player on your team that didn't find a kill, I mean, you get the final 30 points right here. You are right back in the game, so not too shabby to have that P3 lockdown. Thieves, though, maybe taking one more attempt. A couple players attempting to work their way through elbow. This time they got all the nades they need. Ooh. Enough to back Zappy is down, but not enough to clear out Scraps. Maybe it's a good thing he kept rocking this 74U, 8 kills to his name, and that was 5 alone just on this hill. Paris right back in the swing of things.
Yeah, Paris right back in the swing of things. LA Thieves will have the rotation to Boulevard, though. Now, they'll have their first taste of the hard point. They'll be able to get set up. Let's have a quick listen to the comms now with an Astro Gaming listen-in with the Los Angeles Thieves.
Pillar, flash, pillar. I got bank cross. Yeah, look pillar. I got bank cross. Could be red. That's it. Could be red. That's it.
Yeah, I like pillar.
We should be good.
Are they spawning P2?
Yeah. Okay. Look pillar.
I
give him bank. Okay. Pillar bank. Last two. Pillar. Yeah, try to pinch if you can.
Pillar crossing. Yo, in the bus.
Alright, I can look at retime.
I'm gonna go there. In the bus.
In pillar me. I'm at in pinch. He missed pinch. Down P1. He might look for you.
Nice, good shot.
That's one.
Right there.
That's two. In the bus.
I
flash him.
Hey, I'm off you.
Bus down. In the bus, you in the last shield. Make sure you get it.
Yeah, I'm going
I
down.
Yep, I spawn here.
Yeah, got the car.
I'm behind the car shot.
Go down it.
I got it.
Two go.
I'm coming.
I got one more. We're
done.
I'm coming.
Tell me.
Alright,
Yeah.
He's weak.
down. I got one. Going under fire. Low fire.
I'm on the street. I'm gonna fire. Actually,
he's going player now.
Yep, just try to still out. Get one if you can.
One's close right.
Okay, I'm gonna help right.
Take it.
Go, somebody. Go.
see him across.
Alright.
I'll go late.
I'm in the back.
Okay. Look at Plat. Another challenge me Plat.
Yo, one's push up gold.
In laundry.
Hit out
street.
Take it weak.
Bust up.
Alright, take it in and then 2 Plat.
Okay.
Pat, let's take it right. Alright, go there. Dab shot me. That's one more. Yo, deep right. Yo, Don was our gold. He probably went to time.
I don't think deep right. One guy's gold.
You only have time. He's behind the hill.
One guy's gold. You at least close streak, bro. I'm pretty sure.
Hurry up.
Okay, let's get him. Street zap.
Under
Zap. We can start coming.
and left side fire.
I'm good.
Another challenge me Plat. One was on me right.
Eski Don.
LA Thieves lose the lead in the hard point here at the first point in second set. It's full streaks for Aqua Chance, and that submachine gun looks pretty weird if you ask me. There it is. What do you think of the comms of the Thieves?
They might be one of the tougher teams to sort of decipher what everybody's actually saying, at least from an outsider point of view. So it is very much, if it works for them, that is great. But I think I would struggle personally to be on that team. But perfect flank right now from Scraps, able to pick up 2. And just to touch on it, right? The idea that Aqua was going to be running an SMG from the get-go seemed insane, and the fact that he's fully streaked out, nearly double positive with the Crimsix, is kind of exactly why. It is just a natural AR player in my mind, and we'll see how it pans off long term, but at least for him, so far, so good.
Thinking about it, having tough comms is one thing. Calm down your words, man, comes to mind. That classic Call of Duty meme, friends, you know what I'm talking about. Paris though starting to walk away with this one. Scraps now has full streaks as the heavy pockets of the Paris Legion players hopefully won't weigh them down as they have to now make that rotation over towards P3. And it's going to be Aqua in there first, way deep at the back. Has Temp to back him up to his right-hand side, so a 2-man hit from behind. One goes down, a second goes down as Aqua starts to pick up a pair. And that's that. Straight over to the point. You've only got one member of the LA Thieves left to deal with, and it's Venom, and he's making them work for it. Here comes the push though. Reinforcements have arrived. PJ Halley trying to get involved. Temp cuts him down. Oh, Venom wins a big one from inside library, and that could be enough to retain something. No, there it is. Paris flood through, and once again they're going to be in control. Here come the streaks, Chance, and oh my god, Paris have got all sorts of goodies to throw at the Thieves right now.
And this is exactly what I meant when I said you just need strong individual performances, right? If you got guys like Aqua and Scraps who could just potentially take over a game, get fully streaked out, I mean, frankly, one set of streaks on this map should be good enough to pretty much secure you the win. As long as you're playing moderately well, they have 2 to work with. Maybe just down to the artillery at this point, but even still, it's going to be, what, an 80, 90-point lead going into the streak hill. I believe they're still sitting on another artillery. Paris firmly have this game within their grasp.
They do indeed. It's their game to lose right now. Thieves starting to fizzle out. Boulevard hardpoint on its way. We've seen Paris find a nice bit of success there, but it should be the Thieves who get there first. Nice job. They have mid-map controlled and back bank, but an awkward split spawn. This could be devastating for them. Zaptius is able to cause a true ruckus if you can get a couple of kills here. Fight from the front, though, not going Paris's way. aBeZy proven to be a nuisance. Won't be able to get any more there, but here we go. The play towards the hard point. Zaptius finds one from inside bank. aBeZy on the flank, trying to make something happen here. Streaks are out and about, and the Moscow city streets are getting blown to smithereens. aBeZy finds two. Thieves should have the point now. 30 seconds remaining here on Boulevard Chance, and it's all theirs.
And I will say for Paris, I mean, that was well executed for the first set of gunfights. When you call them the artillery right, you wait until you get bank control. But then after that, they won none of the gunfights. Draw's able to pick up a big two. And, well, Thieves, they have had to deal with quite a bit of artillery and crews, two apiece on the flip side. And they're not in the worst spot. Still a 50-point game. It is not a pleasant situation to find yourselves in, but have a decent P1, keep the spawns, the opportunity for Thieves to claw their way back into this game still here. But these fight around P1, I mean, it's really going to set the stage on whether or not they can pull this off.
Whoa, here we go. Kenny with a flying punch and attempt to take care of him. Hardpoint, LA Thieves. How long can they hold this one down, though? Crossfire is out and about. Kenny, can't quite kill Zaptius. Difficult gunfight to win from that position. Teammates help him out, though. He's back in control. How much time can they get from this P1, though, Chance? That's the thing. It's not been a great hardpoint for them in general. Slow and steady push now from Paris. If they can get through mid, break on through. Again, eyes on that right-hand side of the map. That's what they want to be fighting for towards next. Gunfights are up and about. TJ finds two once again, and he's looking towards streaks. Low-key.
And this might be the collapse as well. This has been, when's the last time someone on Paris has gotten a kill? You had 3 players or 2, whatever it was, that rotated early P1, got set up in control inside the hill, and everyone has fallen apart. Maybe an opportunity to cross this street and make some sort of opening, but already that 50-point lead on P1 of all money hills, which obviously that's a joke. They find the opening, but now the pinch on the next hill is in.
Yep, this is unprecedented stuff out of the Thieves. Good production there on the first. Second hard point still theirs, though. Here comes the contest. Zaptius slipped through, and Kenny's going to make the read. Oh, guns him down. Good stuff out of Zaptius. You still have an open hard point. Here comes the foot race, though. Paris onto the point. TJ, can he contest? The shots are out and about. Finds one. aBeZy helps out. aBeZy helps out even more. It's 4 kills in a row for aBeZy. You've got to have the lead change in a matter of moments, and just like that, the LA Thieves are right back in this one, Chance. Oh, baby, we've got ourselves a hard point.
In Paris, they started to push forward, by the way. They actually tried to push the middle of the map, and that's why Kenny has found this opening at all. And instead of just turtling in their base, but maybe luckily for them, they hunted him down. But even still, Kenny bought enough time just to get Venom set up and ready to go. Now it is Scraps, the lone man in the back trying to block these spawns. But, I mean, Paris, this might be the full collapse. If you're trying to flood through the front, Venom's got whatever gun he needs. Scraps has found 1 kill, though. And that's why Venom knows he's got to turn around and try to hunt this player down.
Oh, Venom, if you can find another, it's massive. Just to help out. Again, TJ still has got the artillery to work with there, but no ping. So he has to blind fire it. Venom now taking care of Scraps. He's micromanaging these players back and forth. Paris are on the point. Scraps, though, he does die in the backside. Now reinforcing the center of the point is going to be Paris. Here comes the blind fire out of TJ. He's got a guess here. Working off pure information from his squad. They land. It doesn't find anything. Keeps the players off the point for a moment. TJ, oh no. There's a bit of a queue there in the book, in the libraries as they're trying to return a book or two. And shots, this is insane. No one's on the point. The kills just keep going back and forth as both teams are vying for control, but no one has the hard point. Thieves finally on it. Is this going to be enough? There's only 20 seconds left here, lads. You can't win it here.
Can't win it here. You got to rotate, but look who is there first already. You got aBeZy posted up, pushing down the street. TJ waiting for these players just to fall right in front of him. And maybe aBeZy the man with the most pressure on. A couple players trying to slip through mid. There's the first. He's going to fall, and he does a wonderful job just staying alive. Keep these players back, chop them down, and buy your team the time. Thieves, the comeback is in. They were down by 50, 60 points going into P1, and frankly, Miles, I think they've done enough.
Oh, it could be it. Is that? There's no more contesting to be had. aBeZy holds down the globe. Atlas, if you will, with the weight of the world, or at least that side of the map on his shoulders. Nice stuff from the LA Thieves to get this one going. And for Paris Legion, oh, that one's a bit of a stinger. They had a great lead, Chance. They did a great job pulling that map back. 2 sets of full streaks, a lot of control. Individual performances were on point, but not a great start to the series. Either way, we've got a search and destroy coming up next.
And I will say, Paris, I mean, they put in a great deal of work, right? Just to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. you find yourself in a situation where, yes, like the lead collapses, you end up losing the P2 hill, but all of that is fine. As long as you have a solid P3, and they had a full 60 at the start of the game. Like even before the streaks got involved, that was a hill where they had success on. And they just didn't try to have that early rotation, right? You had two players trying to push up through the middle of the map or like in through like side gold, just looking for kills for no reason. Like Kenny finds one, he slips through a bank, he gets in the back, causes problems. And like admittedly, TJ had the artillery, who knows how it would have shaped up, but there's just no reason. Like someone can go post up in the bus, pick a corner in the back of the map and just hide. Like the one thing you cannot afford to have happen on that P2 to P3 rotation is dying before there's what, 5 seconds left on the clock. They just get punished. It is a simple thing that they needed to execute on. And maybe the game, like who knows how it plays out in the end, but even some of the fundamentals, the basics, they're not executing well. That is just typical pairs. I mean, it's a game you get 4 streaks, 60-point lead, whatever it was, and they blow it. And frankly, at this point, I don't know if we're really surprised.
Moscow can be a very cruel mistress, mate. Well, let's have a quick look at our USAA coverage moment. We're going to give this one to our boy Draza, who was doing quite literally everything he possibly could. From bottom PD, we saw him pick up kills on the flank. He picked up a wild 3-piece there to just help break the hard point, get TJ on point. And this was the beginnings of what I think was truly the real takeover here, the comeback. Before we saw the absolute mania towards that third hard point, what a 3-piece out of the Alaskan Assassin. The man on your screen there, having a fantastic time and really helping the LA Thieves pick up the win there on Moscow. Well, friends, that's it. Map number 1 is over. When we come back after this quick commercial break, it's Raid. We're playing Search and Destroy. We'll be right back.
The Call of Duty League is presented by the US Army. What's your warrior? USAA is made for gamers. Level up your gear protection with USAA Insurance.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. It is time to get map number 2 underway in just a brief moment. We've got Paris Legion and the LA Thieves going tete-a-tete to one another, and it's been fun so far. A very, very closely contested map number 1, but the LA Thieves come out with the big Raid, Search and Destroy. Coming up in just a moment. My name is Miles, his name is Chance. Brother, how are you feeling in the series so far?
For the series, I mean, I'm feeling great on a personal level. I think it depends on what team you're a fan of is going to establish your vibes. Even for Scraps, man, normally bouncing around that first map is not going to be a fun one to have to bounce back from again. You had Aqua at one point going on an 8 spree, Scraps goes on an 8 spree, double streaked out, but all for naught. You don't get the dub. Maybe a shining light for this Paris team. They have won their last 3 Search and Destroys in a row, and Zaptius might be a fairly big reason why. 1.57 S&D KD is not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. He's certainly got a little bit of growing to do in the other KD departments, especially that Hardpoint, 0.78, 0.94 there in Control as well. But Zaptius a crucial factor here in the Search and Destroys. We'll see how he fares on Raid in just a moment. But there we go, friends. Map number 1 gone in a blink of an eye. Zaptius and Temp, the other two players, you know, we didn't touch upon too much, of course, in that first map because they didn't get full streaks and go on these big wild runs, but will they be able to be the difference makers, the little special something here in Search and Destroy? LA Thieves, though, have got to say it, mate, they're looking fine. The form is looking relatively clean, you know. They went from, you know, a couple of hits in form, of course, the hoop change, the roster mania of their own kind, and rolls going all over the place, and now finally trying able to stabilize and get things going and see if they can't find another map win here on Raid. But Chance, coming in at map number 2 now. I mean, where's your which way are you dressing, my friend? You going Thieves? You going Legion?
I'm fairly confident that I predicted a Thieves 3-0, and nothing that I've seen so far is going to change my mind from that fact. I mean, again, Paris have won their last 3 Search and Destroys in a row. I think their last 2, they got like 6-1 wins as well. So like Search and Destroy has been fairly strong, but I just think Thieves, it's not like, again, they're just a team that is also pretty good in Search and Destroy across the board. I think Thieves have it in them, and, well, at least off the gates for the first round. Very slow pace, but makes sense. No trophies. Hard to make a play on offenses. Players across the board looking for information.
Yeah, no trophy systems. That means that everything that is thrown will land. Wow. Bye, Tej. Raza, you're in trouble now. Starting to encroach upon towards that A bomb site is Paris. Mid-map control goes their way. They're on defense still. Venom has a bomb in hand. Not going to do him a whole lot of good. He's dead. And the Draza, last player left up. 1v4 situation. Paris have played this one nearly perfectly to start things off. Great stuff out of them.
Just able to find those picks. Scraps found one, Aqua found one, and yeah, frankly for TJ, that is very much we'll see you later. TJ wasn't even trying to take the gunfight. He was trying to throw a shoulder just to figure out where Aqua was playing, but headshot multiplier can be very strong. Aqua making incredible use of it there. Just a nice little bounce back round potentially for Paris. It's not like their guns weren't hot at all. Again, just a couple bad rotations in the hard point they get punished for. Search and Destroy looking for the bounce back, and well, Aqua had the edge over TJ last time around. This time it's Draza, the AR battle, at least on the B side of the map.
Good map. Sitting in the hands of the LA Thieves for now. It's Venom and TJ, the submachine gun duo. I'm going to put those little rippers to use up close. Zaptius first blood. Nice work. Flash check. No one there. Perhaps going to hold down Ring as best he possibly can. TJ's hurting now. 2 players down for the LA Thieves. Or Draza does win the AR battle over by Pool though. So now it's going to be a 3v2. TJ and Draza. They are quite split apart now. It's going to be a flank from TJ looking towards that A-bomb site as the bomb does get planted. Zaptius and the PIP there. Whoa, Tej! Nice work with the sub. Woohoo! 40 seconds chance. 2v2.
I mean, that's a gunfight he has to take. I'm always surprised when SMG players take it, but TJ is certainly more accurate than I am. Bomb is planted for Laundry. Thieves do have to clear all of this out, but they've made a fair bit of progress. They're already at the point. They know both these players in the back, and TJ, unless his headset is completely broken, for sure knows there's a player back by glass.
He didn't hear the glass break. He must have been talking over the top of it, but TJ on the flank. TJ in from behind. Oh, 10! Oh, Paris! The trap was set. They clean them both up in top Laundry. And that is a brilliant kill cam as both the players, they run through the shrapnel of the Semtex right into the guns of the defending Parisian players. A weird one, Chance, but a fun one nonetheless.
I mean, I'll say that's actually a great play call as well. Like, that is a nice setup to have, like, generically for the post-plane positioning. No, stacking or double stacking top Laundry is a horrible idea, but you strip some time off the clock. You know the other team has already cleared out push-back Ring. You double up in that situation, you have one direction to look. Makes the gunfights that much easier. So nice little play call out of Paris, and well, next play call for Aqua, just run. You are being hunted. And TJ able to catch him.
TJ almost able to catch 2. Graps is hurting. TJ not necessarily feeling the aggressive push. You have enough map control, you've got the drive-away covered. All angles taken care of now. Kenny wins his on the flank as well, so 4v2. Paris looking not as strong in this round as the bomb is down. 40 seconds on that one before it goes boom boom. And it's on Zaptius and Scraps to make their way forward. Hello, a trade. Whoa, Zaptius, nice. In and out he goes. A little bit of hit and run. The third is Kenny. The damage has already been dealt, but Zaptius now. This is a 1v2 that is doable, but there you go. LA Thieves, they will hold the line. They press the advantage at the right time, and a good round. They did not want to throw it away because Zaptius was looking hot, man. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, he was potentially thinking about some streaks, right? With that kill right there, he was 4-0. I mean, obviously clutching a 1v4 and even getting the 1v2, not too easy towards the end. Maybe try and play for some streaks, but either way, it gets chopped down. So Thieves really just making sure that they sort of neutralize the game, right? No streaks for anybody, get a round on board, nice little bounce back. And I think what we've seen so far fairly consistently, get that first blood, win the round. Again, both teams taking advantage, making sure if they find those first bloods, not giving anything away.
The guns of the LA Thieves ringing out through mid-map there. They have the angle over towards that A-bomb site. Kenny watching the cross. Boy, you can see a little peppering of shots. That van, the steps riddled up, bullet holes all over the place. Paris, fearless, charge onwards, knowing they have the opening. Oh, what a shot from aBeZy. Woohoo! Okay, now the flank's open. 3-man hit from the Thieves through Art, and they are not taking pictures right now. They're not admiring anything. What they can admire is Aqua's handiwork. Nice shots from him, still holding down that ring. No bomb planted still. As aBeZy's going to slow down that progress.
And Venom really just giving away his life for free, right? Throws a little bit too out of his shoulder and even things up. Of course, Paris, now we're in a situation you can't really get this bomb down. And I don't know how long it's going to take Thieves to make this read. It looks like Kenny already making that adjustment through the middle of the map. And him and TJ were both throwing some peeks in towards Kitchen, looking around for something. And Kenny, maybe honestly that timing doesn't work out. Goes for the challenge on Temp, but can't connect. Tries to make the play, but Temp gets away his life. Now Tempy's got the help from his teammates, and Aqua, the man playing towards the middle of the map, gets the job done. 3v4 clutch right there from Paris. And again, I mean, you had the man advantage for Thieves. Venom just sort of gives his life away instantly. And really, this is the gunfight here that seals the deal. Temp with the pre-fire, getting the job done. Very well done on the side of the Paris Legion.
I mean, Temp was as dead can be there. So close to that one hit. And he unable to readjust the aim and land that final bullet. 3-1, Paris Legion. See what they've got now on defense. LA Thieves making their way forward with their bomb. Looks like an A hit. No presence in the middle of the map. They're able to overwhelm the ring, get a bit of control. But here comes Venom. Here comes Venom. Finds the first. Tags are up and about. In Scraps comes from the kitchen to help out. Still, min-map presence still being felt. Shots are out. Scraps finds his second so far. aBeZy has to now pivot and keep an eye on that middle of the map. Don't let anyone get through. 3 members still from Paris Legion. They're all grouped up in kitchen. Looking up something special indeed. 1 minute left on the clock. aBeZy now with a 1v3. What has he got in him? Trades are going to be there. You can see the way Paris are playing this one as a conga line. For aBeZy, bon chance, mon ami. Here they come. He's got himself a bomb, but Paris, look how close they're playing together. Observers, can we get like a top-down conga line view of this little like anthill they've got? Oh, wait a minute, aBeZy's in a fight. There it is. Okay, calm down. 4-1. We're back in it, Chance.
I mean, that is the benefit of the conga line, right? Even if the first player falls, the adjustment's going to be there, but very much this round where Paris effectively picking the Thieves apart. I mean, striking for the first blood. Nice win by Scraps just to make sure Temp doesn't get traded out. Pretty much dominating the middle of the map on defense. Solid stuff so far, and even the one round where the only time a team that did not get the first blood has won the round, it was Paris that clutched that 3 versus 4. They have been very strong on raid, and funnily enough, I mean, this is a map they're, 1-4 record on overall throughout the entirety of the year, I think is what we saw earlier. They're putting some work in, but now it's TJ's turn for the first blood, and give him the second, and maybe give him the third as well.
But he's like, Temp's holding it, because he's like, yeah, TJ's going to challenge. TJ's definitely going to push this one. Nice help, though. Oh, the nade was there. Aqua's hurt. Able to get the kill, though. TJ's looking for his third. Temp's having a back on up, and here comes the push. TJ's like, give me the third kill. No, Temp does get it. The trades are there, though. Aqua now last player left alive. 1v2. Venom's pinned, but he's a dangerous man in a corner. A nice round out of the LA Thieves. The opening advantage theirs, and they seal it all the way through. 4-2. 1 round at a time, Chance. Also, sorry, mate, I was thinking about it. Human Sentai Paris Legion. How about that? We go with that?
That is
disgusting.
No, I'm not cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's.
Next round.
I think I get 1 veto on a nickname from you per year. I'm going to use it for that one. So whatever your next idea is, though, we'll lock that one in. I'll say, by the way, Thieves are stressing me out just a little bit, right? I mean, TJ picks up 2, and still, like, some player somewhere on the map is getting picked. Maybe not quite perfect S&D, and well, this time Zappius, another first blood. This time trades are in for both teams, but Paris, the swarm is in. Kenny by yourself tries to get out of dodge, and well, able to secure it. Potential 1v3 for him.
We get a count.
And he should have the information on both players.
He should. There's the shots from Aqua. Oh my god, baits out Temp. Dude, can we just, I'd love to, that's almost the play of the game for me right there. Watching Kenny survive that engagement and just looking at how many buttons he pressed, whether it was right stick in, whether it was the YY, hitting reload, slide canceling, his actions per minute in bottom art alone there. I think he may have hit, the mid 2 to 300s there. So impressive stuff either way. Kenny's controller.
Your play of the game is Kenny just running away.
Just hitting 900 buttons in a minute. Like good stuff, Ken. Good stuff. 5-2
Definitely
though.
wide in the middle of that as well.
He did as well. He took a bullet and wide as if to shake it off. My god. Oh, what a maniac. Paris Legion though. This is map point. And it's an aggressive defense now out of the Thieves. They've taken mid-map and they're like, we're taking ring as well. Thank you very much. Now the immediate transfer over towards poolside would be great because the bomb's already crossed that sweet threshold. Looks like it may already be in the bar and that would be huge. Here we go. Hit from Thieves though. 3-man through Zig. Anyone on the corners here? There's Temp. Goes down. Grabs from the backline. Not able to get the trade. That's going to hurt. Here come his ankles. TJ! The assassin finds 2 more. Bomb's being planted quickly, but it needs to be a little faster than that. Thieves are on the wrap. This could be devastating. They've got bedroom control. The bomb's been planted for bedroom. Kenny's on the flank. And this is the making of 5-3 right here. Last player up, Aqua. Good night. And M's on the defuse.
And I will say that is like some wizardry coming out of the Thieves as well. I don't know how they had the information. I think it was like, Scraps playing that little corner back Zig. I don't know how they knew he was there, if it's just a good read towards the end. Unfortunately, it's not the best place. We can't see it again, but either way, in what my mind was actually a very solid strat coming out of Paris, right? Draza likes to play by himself over on Tiki's side, so go for the bomb plant there, double stack the full flank. Fortunately for them, TJ just absolutely picks them apart, had the reinforcements to take the player down off the back van as well. So frankly, that is just 2 back-to-back rounds where the team on defense, nice counter strat coming in. Keep in mind, Thieves, last time they tried to go to A, they basically got stacked up. The entire Paris team was there to meet them. This time, Paris back towards the middle of the map. More of their standard push. And Aqua, the pressure is on. He's got to run away. He's able to get away with his life, still have that 4v4.
Perhaps trying to bait the push forward. Thieves have said, nah, we will be taking the route towards A. There it is.
The conga line.
The old conga line, but they've run into a nade. Oh, they've run into a nade. They're all hurt. Zaptius, Temp, 2 more. The last 2 players here on ring. Kenny's going to get the beams out. That's great for now, but Venom, oh my god. The conga line was ruined. Someone slipped on a banana peel or something, but Venom, oh my god, the timing. Scraps, oh my god, the timing. There's only 1 player left alive now for the Thieves, and it's Kenny. There's 1v1. No, the trades are there, and Paris Legion, they managed to pull it back, and the conga line gets cut short. 6-3 there on raid. The search and destroy will be the saving grace for Paris Legion. And the trades at close range, Kenny bites off a little bit more than he could chew there, and that is that. We're all tied up 1-1 chance. An exciting raid search and destroy, it's got to be said.
That was very fast-paced. I don't think either team really had a care in the world about planting or defusing bombs, whatever it was going to be. Basically a game of team deathmatch, but hey, Paris come out on top every round, aggressive, a couple nice counter strats coming through, a ton of first bloods going their way, and frankly just players across the board consistently able to find a couple kills. Aqua able to find quite a few picks here and there from top ring, whatever is going to be. Zapti is roaming the middle of the map, able to find quite a few. Efficient work coming out of the Paris squad. That now makes 4 search and destroys in a row that they have been able to win, and Zapti is a major factor why, right? He had the 1.57 S&D KD coming into the day. Well, goes double positive here, 10-5. Not a bad map at all for the kid.
Not a bad map at all, man. Coming in and making a difference here. 10-5 overall, wonderful stuff. And again, we do have our US Army tactical play coming up in just a moment. We'll be going to round 4 for that one. A lot of love going the way of Aqua and his newfound SMG. Really, I'd love to know. Were we all misled that badly? We should have asked the players. US Army tactical play on your screen, friends. Round 4, big stuff out of Aqua. But man, it was not a bad search all around. Paris playing the Thieves like a fiddle on raid.
And this is really the moment, right? If you're in a 3v4, you just need to find a pick. Venom with one of the widest shoulders you're going to see thrown by a player in search. And Aqua will happily take that free kill. And I believe this is the round where they double stack top laundry. I will say, though, in fairness to Aqua, when he was talking about the SMG, he did just say that they were going to try it out. Granted, that was only like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5
days ago?
days ago. So it might have been 1 day of scrims, and they were like, you know what? Let's not do this. This is not the best idea we've ever had.
Yeah, we got Temp and Zaptius on the same roster. Like, we're good for some machine gun players. We're sweet, man. We're sweet. But yeah, this was a good round. Again, Kenny can't quite win this huge engagement there. From massive stuff out of Temp down low on the bomb site. Draza being that last player left alive, and man, he tried, but not enough. Aqua with the first and the last of the round. Search and Destroy goes the way of Paris Legion. Well, friends, again, that is that. Map number 2 done now in the series. We're all tied up 1-1. When we come back after this quick commercial break, we're playing Control. So you in just a moment, friend.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Zenny, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenny Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenny.com/gaming.
What's up, guys? I'm Kenny. Welcome to Call of Duty League's Loadout Guides, powered by Scuff. Today, I'm going to go through my classes and explain why I use what I use, so listen up. So here's my controller. It's obviously a Scuff. I don't use paddles, but I use the digital touch bumpers and triggers. They help with, I guess, your reaction in game, and then everything else pretty much default. I also am one of the only pros to keep rumbles in, so I use vibration. But my controller's pretty default. It's normal PS4 sticks. Let's start off with my primary weapon. So I'm an AR player, so I like to use the Crimsix. So to start it off, my first attachment is the Microflex LED. I prefer it over the Millstop because I feel like the Millstop is just a little too big for me. Moving on to my muzzle, I use Infantry Compensator. It deals with the vertical recoil, makes it easier to shoot. For barrel, we use the Ranger. And it gives you bullet velocity, meaning that your bullets travel a little faster and hit people at a certain distance pretty fast. For my underbarrel, I use the Field Agent Grip. This is the attachment that you really need on this gun. I would say the barrel and the Field Agent Grip, because Field Agent Grip gives it no recoil, I guess you could say. For my magazine, I just use a regular 40 round, just because why not have more ammo? You can have it. And then the airborne elastic wrap for my handle. And then for my stock, I use a Raider stock just because the sprint to fire time helps out with that. And for people that know me or watch me, I am a pretty fast player, so the Raider stock helps a lot with that one. Going into the things I use to support my guns, I guess. My tactical, I just use the flashbang, just because why would you not want to flash people and make it to where they can't see you? And then for my lethal, I just use the sticky grenade, just because it's easier to throw. It doesn't take up much time because you don't have to cook the grenade. For my field upgrade, I use a trophy system. Moving on to my perks, they're pretty simple too. I use Flak Jacket. I feel like Flak Jacket and Tac Mask can go hand in hand, whichever one you prefer. For my second perk, I just use Scavenger, just because if I'm on a spree or anything like that, I don't want to run out of ammo ever. And then for perk 3, I just use Ninja, just because you want to move quietly, you don't want to be heard. And then finally, for my wild card, I use Gunfighter, just because it allows you to use way more attachments for your gun. Like I said, for the Krig, you need basically all of those attachments, just so it can shoot really straight. that's it for my loadout. I want to thank Scump for powering today's episode. Make sure you comment and let us know what you use in your loadout. Thanks for watching.
Why, thank you, Kenny, for sharing all that wonderful information about your setups, your controller, and there you are with your hand warmer, getting ready to rock and roll into Garrison Control. You're on it out, my friend. We need you focused for the next one. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Call of Duty League. Miles and Chance here, taking you through this fantastic series so far. We're tied up 1-1, but now a quick look at some stats. We're going to go down memory lane just a little bit, looking at the LA Thieves. This is Kenny and Draza's stats, and we have the comparison with TJ and with Hook. And again, there's a bit of a disparity, of course, in time and matches played and whatnot, but an interesting indicator overall to how our two ARs played, with a big change up there in the subs chart.
I mean, to a certain extent, right? But if I remember correctly, like even the hardpoint record, even if your KD on your AR players jumps up 0.14, I mean, again, since they benched TJ, they had a 1-8 hardpoint record. Admittedly, they just got the win on Moscow a little bit earlier, but the KD, I think that is very much an indication, not always the best metric for indicating how well a team is doing. KD can be useful for many, many things, but it is not always perfect. But even still, again, I think it's more of just about the adjustments and then readjustments that the Thieves have had to make, right? They are now back with the roster that they spent about a month with. You get TJ back in the swing of things, and admittedly the search and destroy didn't look super clean, right? A couple rounds don't go their way. They certainly get picked apart in terms of first bloods for the most part, but at the very least, you get that reassurance, that back pocket game number one that goes your way. I would say, gotta imagine it gives them a little bit of confidence going into the respawns, but obviously we find ourselves on Garrison, where the map actually isn't too shabby from the side of the Paris Legion.
That ain't bad at all. Here we go, though. Map number 3. Gary, Son, Control. Vous allez. The LA Thieves. Respawn dominance has been their forte. We'll see how Paris Legion can fare again. Practice makes perfect. A lot of time spent in the lab. A lot of folks feeling this should have been a 3-0, but that ain't the case anymore, pals. Here we go. Right off the rip, looks like a nice bit of a cheeky push now from the likes of the LA Thieves up that left flank. Perhaps going to be one to get that first blood as we vie for control of the center of the map. Green Tower being an incredibly important position to control. And that catwalk giving you lines of sight on both the attacking and defending spawns. But there we go. Zaptius holding the line. Scraps trying to keep it all safe and secure. There's no one really able to get on B. Whoa, until Draza does. There you go. Starting to capture the B zone with that Diamati double.
I was going to say that the Diamati's putting in work really for both players in that situation. I don't even know if I picked up the 74U if I was Draza. It didn't seem too shabby with the pistol in the back pocket, but either way, you see they've got the clearance to the actual point. TJ somehow finds his way through. Scraps gets in between and picks up the 2-piece, so already a small opening for the Thieves. It gets completely shut down. Now you get two players pushed up top green. You get Scraps, who is 6-1. And despite the loss in the first hardpoint, still did fry. This is, man, if he gets the ball rolling, Paris Legion, I mean, again, might be good to go up 2-1 this series, and certainly potentially going to shock me, and maybe the flank going to develop, or maybe just some spawn kills that he is looking for.
Yeah, he's close. So this member forward now for Paris Legion, a lot of damage. Not enough to get the kill, though, but what he has done is he's burnt the clock. Like less than 30 seconds remaining now, and it's on Zaptius to keeping that green side, or that full side of the map open. Make sure no one gets through that one. Two players now for Paris in the middle, making their way of spawn. Less than 20 remaining now. Got to get one solid push out the LA Thieves. Zaptius keeps them guessing. On the edge of their toes. Shots are in from behind now. Zap's going to find another. That's 4 in a row. Can he stay alive? No one's in any position whatsoever for the LA Thieves to get anywhere near one of these zones. So that is going to be that. Paris Legion with a wonderful opening round. They will take the lead.
And pretty much just suffocating. Fairly certain, in my mind at least, the play of the round was pretty much just Scraps finding that 2-piece, right? Obviously on offense it's a little bit trickier. The first time they were able to find any bit of clearance inside of the point, well, Scraps just jumps in through that backlights window, picks up a pretty big 2 kills, and after that, well, you're just getting spawn trapped. It's not going to be fun for any team to have to deal with, but 4 streak for Zap, 4 streak for Aqua. Potential streaks for 2 separate players, and frankly, I mean, if you're able to pull off an offensive round here, go up 2-0, gotta be feeling confident on a Garrison Control.
We'll be feeling good. See what they can do now on offense for Paris, making their way forward. Still, Zap and Aqua, chances for streaks if they can keep those opening fights their way. Any playing back tank. overwhelming that middle of the map, playing for the first bit of progress. Segment almost complete. Zaptius looking to find that kill, but no one's going to be taking the bait here. No one biting. Venom through mid-map chance, and again, Thieves looking more for map control than those segment control. The second tick almost complete here. It's on Scraps. Can't quite get it. Ooh, Zap will though. 5 in a row now.
And Venom gets picked off as well. So you got, what, a 5 spree for Zap. You get the clearance outside of your base, and this is for Thieves. They look like they're probably just going to be chalking it up, right? A couple players working their way through bricks just to defend the A point. Draza sitting towards the back of the map. So I think Draza, or Zaptius, excuse me, he probably only needs one more kill to get that artillery. I think that the capture point's going to bump him up just enough. And he's got his team to bait for him. Scraps is the first man leading the charge, but for Zap, this is very much Operation Find the Kill. It comes through. There's the artillery. Looking for the cruise. Can't quite connect, but even still, you get 1 minute and 55 seconds to capture Ray, and you got the bombs to drop from the sky whenever you need them.
Yeah, and they're very useful here on Garrison as well. Here comes the contest at A. There's going to be the artillery. Screw it. We're going in, baby. Zap's calling it. Gonna keep that A zone open. Quick contest start coming through. LA Thieves cut to ribbons. It's Zaptius and Scraps in the kill feed. That's going to be the... Oh, my God. Look how fast the progress is going. Second segment gone. Venom, go. You got to go. You got to contest. Oh, killed from above. And look at that. Paris. An extremely decisive round. Very worthy investment of the artillery. They are 2-0 here in the control. And what the hell? This is a fast round of control, man. Speedy.
And super systematic as well, right? Like, it is very much, you have one like obvious play to make and you just connect with it, right? Zaptius is 1 kill away from the artillery. He just stays posted up inside of lights for an extra 20 seconds, waiting for his teammates to come out with him. They get the kills. Then step number 2, get top green control and then just call in the artillery straight away. Like, it's very simple stuff, but they execute it perfectly. And frankly, for the side of Paris, I mean, if they just have one better P3 rotation to the tail end of the Moscow, and again, just do stuff in a much simpler way, I mean, they might be staring down the barrel of a potential 3-0 win. Obviously, that is revisionist history, but still 2 rounds up here. Paris, I mean, they're looking fantastic.
Hey, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Simp. Methodical, slow approach, but dealing the damage. Trophy clearing up as well. Paris getting the chores done before they can have their fun. Ooh, but TJ and Draza are looking to slow that one down, spoiling the play here as they're now able to get themselves out of their spawn and forward onto the point. Slow and steady capture now for TJ. Doing this alone. Here comes the counter-attack from Paris. Zaptius and Scraps making their way forwards. Angles covered. TJ can take one, but he cannot get both of them. There's the trade from Draza. Still keeping that A capture alive. First segment gone. Now they're looking towards B as well. Will it pay off for the Thieves?
Well, you see the issue. Scraps, he's got the artillery in the back pocket. You might want to make the investment or just post up and shout with a 7-4U, but for good reason. Zap is there for the actual trades, and more importantly for him, gets out with his life. But yeah, keep in mind, we did see in the downtime somewhere in the background, Scraps able to pick up a streak of his own. So, and again, Paris right now in full control. They've defended A successfully. Now, frankly, as long as they keep some map control, they might be good to go, but the opportunity is here. TJ able to pick up 2, and I don't know, you probably don't want to call in the bombs. Probably just leave it. Chalk up this round or at least this A point. Try to go defend B. Paris instead, I mean, they're sprinting over here looking for some kills. Meanwhile, B is going to be captured. Bamboozled. Thieves able to get the pressure on both points towards the end. TJ putting in some work to make it happen. And it feels like Thieves, in a sense, stole that round away in quick and dominant fashion.
It was, again, if the round 2 was incredibly fast and speedy, I mean, that one was I don't know, the shock, the twist, the turn. I did not expect LA Thieves to be able to pull the capture off of both points so decisively. It's not easy to capture both points whatsoever, but that nice 3-piece from Tej really got things going. He's still on that 3 spree going into this next round, and chance there is an opportunity here for some magic stuff. Again, Thieves on defense. We've seen 2 offensive rounds go the way of either team at this point in time, so this one's up in the air. We are still playing on map point for Paris Legion here. Get the captures, win the map, see if they can do it.
Got him trying to cause problems inside of rails, but he effectively has to fight the entire team. TJ trying to make a play, and well, he stays alive for a second. It looks like Thieves, actually, yeah, they do get the clearance. Draza is now able to go towards green iLLeY, so it is not quite the full spawn trap, and frankly, that is a very big kill to get. You see Draza in the feed falls as well, so right now it is just the assault rifle players from Paris just winning those head-to-head matchups and buying themselves that opportunity just to push forward. Maybe Venom, the next problem that needs to get solved, and well, Zap able to take care of business. Paris still got a fair bit of fight in them. Frankly, Zappius, 15-7, the major factor why.
He's looking great. Venom, though, continues to be a very difficult defender to deal with. Zappius, though, nice tags. Nades are out and about, no stick. Here comes the pinch once again. Vents have been so crucial now for the LA Thieves here on defense. Wonderful opportunities, 2 now in this round alone. They managed to seal that defensively. Draza, can he win this fight upstairs? Back and forth we go. Pistols on green, and Aqua's the one to drop. Draza wins it. 25.5 on the clock, so the contest is there. Have to get these players off, and they do just that, Thieves. And they hold it. Temp sliding out, trying to get into the mix. He does indeed. Less than 20 remaining on the clock now. This is to force the final round. LA Thieves, they desperately need this one. Draza, get a taste of his own medicine now as the push goes forward. But again, there is 10 seconds remaining. Chance, you got to get going. Someone's going to go on the point. It's on Zaptius. No! He can't be the hero here. And that is that. We're going to a final round. Oh my. The LA Thieves pulling it back 1 round at a time. Can they complete the sweep here in Control? Final round coming up next.
And a big question for me, I don't know who actually was able to pull off defense. Each team was able to get an offensive round win, but I think both times on the other offensive rounds, each team just kind of gets stuffed and spawn trapped the entire time. And funnily enough, man, Paris still sitting on that artillery. They go 2 rounds to none. They end up losing a defense, and now for the round 5. Sure, the artillery is nice to have, but you know what the play is, right? It's the same thing we saw earlier to get that top green control and then work yourself out towards A. But you have to get B. Or you don't necessarily have to, but that is the general thing. Get this point first. So Bears, they actually have quite a bit of work they need to do to try to get this offensive done.
Well, they're doing it. This is much more akin to what we saw in the rounds they win, where they managed to get that B presence early. They win their opening fights, but TJ, oh my God, just a flying 2-shot, 3-shot, lot of damage dealt. He's still going. TJ, oh, the flying shot punch onto Aqua. He cannot be stopped right now. TJ is a nightmare, a nuisance. He almost kills Scraps as well. Scraps now pushing his way out of spawn, artillery in hand. This is nice. A little bit of a lifeline for Paris Legion. Still, they have to hit the capture there. And Venom once again in the vents, baby. Temp from up high. Got to watch that flank, though. Paris have still not done it. And they will this time. That's huge. Second segment of B gone. Over towards A we go. Temp wins the gunfight. And here come the streaks. Oh, my God. Is this perfect timing or what from Paris? Chance, this could be huge.
And he can't connect with A-Secure B. They got 2 bodies out on the actual point. They're getting all of the kills, and Scraps just needs to kill the spawners or help his teammate out. Halfway done with the progression, and Kenny, the only man for the Thieves that's even nearby. And what are you going to do against this? Absolutely nothing. Paris Legion, get the job done. In some of these rounds, man, I don't know if I just shouldn't have played League Play right before we came online and my games are just too slow, but this is a blistering pace that all of these games have seemingly gone through. The raid S&D every single round as quick as you could really expect it to be. Even here for these offensive wins, I think Temp with Sky Tank picked up 2 kills before he went into green. 15, 20 seconds later, it feels like the round is over. The artillery is coming into great effect. Scraps the man that is able to find score streaks constantly throughout this series. And Thieves, well, now pressure's on, backs against the wall, down 2-1 against Paris. And Paris, keep in mind, are a team that are 2-11 in their past 13 series. They're looking to add just another one on board and maybe make a climb up in the standings potentially. I know Paris has got a long way to go, but they're looking strong here today on Friday.
Oh, and it's a wonderful Friday so far for the Paris Legion, but we are not over yet. We look at those stats, friends. We're going to throw to a quick commercial break. We got more Call of Duty to play. This series is far from over. Can the LA Thieves pull this one back and we get to go all the way to that standoff search and destroy for that game 5, or will we see it done here? The pick'ems are ruined, friends. We will see you after this very quick commercial break. More Call of Duty League upon our return. The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Map number 4 in this series between the Paris Legion and the Los Angeles Thieves continues. It's on its way, friends. We're very excited to get into this one. The LA Thieves have had a long time to work out the roster, and Chance has just confirmed me via the confirmation from JCap on Twitter, coach of the LA Thieves. This is the roster they'll be running for the rest of the season. Maps and modes, though, as we now roll into an Apocalypse Hardpoint. Paris with the lead in the series so far. They are up by one map. One more is all they need. Walk away with a big dub here against the Los Angeles Thieves. But Chance, we've got an Apocalypse Hardpoint up first, or up next rather, and it's not been ideal, let's say, for the LA Thieves so far in Stage 4.
Well, fairly hit or miss, or maybe just a strong Stage 1, and as soon as the roster changes started to come through, bit of a turbulent time, at least in terms of the KD ranks. And again, as of late, including the Moscow Hardpoint that we saw today, these are, what, 2-8 since they originally dropped TJ, so they've certainly tried to figure out their way to come back. And even keep in mind, like, the stats might be solid for this game, and yes, they did get the win, but that was a game that Paris had firmly in their grasp, right? 60, 70, 80-point lead, whatever it's going to be. 2 full sets of streaks on Moscow of all maps. And Paris, frankly, in my mind, just dropped the ball in terms of actually closing the map out. So Thieves, there's a lot of pressure on. And frankly, I don't know if they're getting outplayed on necessarily a team basis, but certainly on an individual one, they are. We've seen a couple slow starts out of Kenny. Even last map, like him and Venom both started out like 1-5, 1-6 apiece. Took a long time to hit their stride. On the flip side, I think Scraps has gotten streaked out like 3 times in the 2 respawns that they've played. You have Zap that just went double positive. He's earning some score streaks as well. Aqua winner on the 8 spree the first game. It has very much just been, there have just been a couple moments where individual players on Paris where they just pop off, make the big play. Even Temp needs to get a shot as well. It was the 3-piece he had from the top tank, working himself over towards A on the Garrison that opened things up for him. So, I mean, Paris very much, they came to play today. Now they get good side on Apocalypse. Got to make good use out of it, see what they can do.
And they close it out. 3-1 against the LA Thieves would be a result that no one saw coming. Except for the die-hard Paris fans, and I know you're out there. We thank you. Early rotation. Players trying to make their way across again to that top right-hand side of the map as the war rages on the first point. Zaptiers can't quite get the kill on Adraza, and with that, it all comes down to Scraps. 2-man hit now from the Thieves. I say 2-man, it's more like 1.5. EJ a little shorter there than Adraza, but there we go. The push, it's done. Temp's going to try to pick up the pieces here, and we still have Paris not only in control of the lead, but also in control of that right-hand side of the map. Temple's still theirs. Scraps locking that one down alone.
Scraps just looking for these kills. Couple shots of the Diamati, and he can't convert. Actually, I guess I was Temp down low. I got a little bit confuzzled there, but either way for Paris, strong enough start. You might not have a massive lead, but at the very least, you never end up spawning out. So Thieves, of course, may be doing a nice job as well. They get about an extra 10 seconds to approach this actual break towards new, and you see the idea. It is very much everyone push through Temple's side.
Right.
Scraps able to find the first, can't connect with the second, but the trades are in and the hold is strong. And unfortunately, never mind, you lose one gunfight inside the hill. Kenny takes down Temp, and his teammates immediately get the spawn. I don't know if that is a shade of luck or if they were just holding their spawn, waiting for that gunfight to come through. But either way, as far as P2 breaks go, the opening for the Thieves is certainly here. At the very least, they've made it scrappy.
They have made it scrappy indeed. But look at this. Kenny making his way through the back. TJ now hit the front side. He's dropping about. Trophy saved the day, but Kenny's shots are still there. Kenny's still there. Kenny's still there! Gets all 3, and that's 4 in a row right now. As Kenny locks that one down. Next 20 seconds go his way. Beautiful stuff. The rest of the squad already on the rotation. Foot race underway to take control of the bottom side of the map. Here we go. Nice stuff out of the Thieves, trying to push this lead a little further. Paris seem to be losing the battle here, but there we go. They will win the war. 2 players go down. They will have control of spawns. They will have control of the hard point. Here comes the Thieves out of Temple. Kenny with the spree still rolling.
And Kenny, while we talked about slow starts, he's absolutely delivering this time, making sure that is not the case. There's number 6 for him, but just before the streak's potentially going to come through, he gets shut down, but doesn't make too much of a difference if you're just thinking about the hill time. Thieves with the perfect break on the rotation, gets set up and ready to go, and already spawning Paris out. Venom maybe just buying his teammates a little bit of time, and where he falls, well, Paris, the response is perfect. The clean 4 down, they strike back immediately. This game is shaping up. We might have ourselves a battle on our hands.
Well, the battle's still raging. Let's have a quick Astro Gaming listen in with Paris Legion and see how they sound.
I was open on you, Donny. Come front. Two back out. Two close out. I got one. I'm giving it up. Watch out. In the back of me. In the back. Stay on the corner. I got wallbang. I'm getting the coop. I'm getting in. I'm in Shack. Venom one shot. I spawn deep, guys. Venom one shot, Shack, bro. Don't Eula. Spawn deep. Dodge the bullet, Eula. Shoot there. Jaws has 0 health, bro. The other guy has no health. On the left. He might have no health. No, he's back right. He's into Shack. He's in the Shack. I'm going. He's close up. In hill. Back right Shack. Close up on hill. Get in coop. Jaws one shot Tom. Jaws one shot Tom. He should back to the name. Yo, in coop. Back coop, Venom. Coop dead. Lay down. Crawl. Nice. DJ, weak. I tried playing. Got one behind him. Get on the trophy. Got a Yo, we spawn free. They're spawning in front of you guys too. Half one. Jaws in the back. Teenage time weak. Absolutely in the back. Jaws should be coop or mid P1. Yo, they're spawning tempo, I think, if you guys block. Coop. We're gonna go P3. Low P3. Yeah. It's gonna be new on me, guys. I'm spawning out. Venom mid. Look at me, Jaws. Yo, top. Venom low right. Venom. I got him. Let's go. TJ tagged. I'm holding it down. Venom's gonna be mid. I haven't hold it. Doing you. Stay alive. We spawned there still. No, there's two there. I'm holding my cam. Take time. P1. Killing one shot from P5. Blocking the back. Nice. Step in the back. In the top. Dead. Nice. Let's go. Close left. Close up one shot. Nice. Could be top. From P5. Flank it. Draza one shot. Could be half on top. He was one shot, Draza. He's on me. Help him again. I'm literally so weak, bro. I can't. Top dead. He's low. Time. I'm waiting. Wait. I'm going top. Low hurt. I'm wallbanging him under ladder. Low absolute Venom. One shot under ladder. Venom has no health. Nice. He's one shot under ladder. You chop this. I'm nading it. I'm hoping out to help. Right corner, one shot. Right corner. I have the left. Draza one shot. Let's go, baby. Hold. Don't fly out. Don't fly out. Good. I'm trying to get kills, bro. I'm going down. That's fine. I'm going mid coop. Charge you right on that. I gotta reload. P1 there. Nice. Probably top TV. They're picking up half wall. They're picking up left. Robo Veils, Kitty, one shot, half off. Still on Mack. Clear top TV, he's half off. Nice. What's half wall? Let's go. Let's spawn that old. Get time, have your maps. I can get time. Back old hit, Turtle. Can he one shot, Turtle? I'm gonna play go. 1P3, our side, P3. Mid on maps. Draws on P1 choke. P1 choke. P1 choke. One more. Let's go. I'll take a coup. Top maps, Venom. Absolute. Hopping in the bottom. Let's go, me. I spawn back up again. Still left. I think one's below half wall. Got one. Let's battle P3. I'm challenging hill. CJ's on the shoulder right.
And you could truly hear the passion and the intensity in the voices there of the Paris players as they battle for this hardpoint chance. I mean, that was a heated listening. It's got to be said, man. They're playing like their lives depend on it.
There is communication where you get the small talk, everyone's trying to be cerebral, make the right play. That really wasn't that. There's not a ton of the details, but what it very much is the type of communication where you are cracked and ready to take these gunfights and are just ready to go for pretty much everything. So on an individual basis, again, these players are ready and maybe fighting for their lives is the perfect way to describe it. As it stands now, though, they are trying to flood through the front straps, maybe trying to make it happen with the Diamatti. In similar situation to what we saw before, as soon as he gets that kill, Aqua spawns up in that back corner, and for Kenny, well, he just gets hunted down, taken care of. They get the temple control, and now you're just looking down the front. Paris down by 30, looking to make the comeback here. And for Scraps, every single respawn this man has had, he has gotten streaked out on a 5 spree now, looking to deliver once again.
Big day for Mate Marshall, and he's playing it well. TV control goes. Bent was the far forward man there for Legion, and now with him dropping, we're still seeing the hard point time ticking. Great looks for Paris. Look at that scoreline dissipate. Lead the LA Thieves worked so hard for is about to be gone. Scraps, can he get those streaks? Nice teamwork again from the front line. Paris holding this down brilliantly. Peak once again, goes Scraps. Back and forth, wins it. What a position to be in. Now we have the lead once again for Paris Legion. And look at that rotation. Zaptius, man. He's out. He could cause some big damage here from behind. Streaks now for Scraps, fully loaded. Zaptius, though, still, what a sneaky man. Here comes the first, can't quite get the second, but is that enough damage on the front line chance? Softened up the defenders of the LA Thieves.
Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, and a couple Thieves players winning some knife gunfights as well, right? If that fight in Coop goes a little bit different, maybe Paris have more of an opening to get towards this hill, but with Paris take the lead just for a brief moment, Thieves, they take it right back. You've seen this hill before, though. Paris have had some clean breaks. They're looking for another one, and SMG Aqua is here, able to find two, the third. Maybe he connects with. There it goes to fall through, and the lead exchanges hands once again. But keep in mind, it is a cruise in an artillery, and making the smart plays. Love the trigger discipline. Matty Marshall, maybe with the gunny towards the end, can't quite connect, but hey, you need a break on the Statue Hill. It is incredibly difficult. You know what makes it easier? In artillery, in a cruise missile. Paris, again, similar to the Moscow, the opportunity is here. They have this game well within their grasp. Just some good streak usage, and they should be good to go.
Their map to lose. It feels like that one's a big one. Here we go. Streaks are out. Two players wide out in the open. They may be able to fall to this one. There goes the auxiliary rockets. Both of them land. TJ in the small dark room. There's the third. That should be an easy break. Paris with a hill. What's TJ got in him? The shots are there from Aqua, and it's going to slow him down, and that's going to be that. Thieves going to be spawning out, and they've got a very long and painful walk across the map to get into this hard point. Wonderful streak usage out of Paris there, and here comes the artillery. Oh, just a ping. Oh my god. Chance, I'm getting a little too litty here, mate. The map is not over yet.
And by the way, that ping is the perfect call, right? This is the last hill you're really going to have outdoors. You at least need the information, and frankly, you've already lost the no man's spawn, so honestly, it might have been a situation where he should have called it in, but at the very least, if you know where the pressure is going to be coming from, win a couple of these gunfights, or maybe use the artillery just to bull your way in through P5. Kenny looking for some late game heroics. Thieves at the very least to flip spawns, but they might have just lost him. Zap wins the big one-on-one. Pairs get the secure. They still have the streaks, and they still have the gunny. Rotation is theirs, and so should be the game. Get three players stacked inside the point. Temp with the flanks. Pairs, I mean, they have just been running through the Thieves since the start of this game. Ridiculous performance from these guys.
Huge stuff. 10 seconds for the win. Paris Legion. It's going to be a blind fire through the middle of the map. It should get a couple of them, but that is that. In the end, it's going to be a 3-1. Legion, get it done. Welcome back, boys. We've missed you. Can't believe it, Charles. Can't believe it. 3-1.
And the way the game was going, by the way, this is how it started. This is Kenny. He goes on like a 5 or 6 spree. This was like to break those P2 spawns initially. It came down to like one gunfight. And that was when I was like, all right, Thieves have done the hard work, and then Scraps, I mean, completely takes over. Every single respawn he had, he got fully streaked out at one point or another. I think he had 2 artilleries in the Garrison Control. So even if he doesn't get the cruise, he makes up for it just by immediately going on another spree. I mean, you would Aqua getting streaked out at some point, a couple big plays out of Temp. And even for Zaptius, right? Does his job, has great performances, double positive in the Garrison Control, double positive in the Search and Destroy as well. I mean, frankly, potentially the best Paris has looked all year. They completely took the Thieves to task. And again, just in my mind, dominant individual performances were what got the job done. Shout out to Scraps for MVP. And it's one of those things that if you have that play style where you're a little bit more dependent on the kills, you got to be sure you are that player that is going on those streaks and earning them. Scraps absolutely delivers. An absolute blender of a series from him.
Truly well blended. And there we go, 3-1, final score. Not a lot of us saw that coming, but that is what we love to see here in the Call of Duty League. The 3-0, I think it was 5 in a row. That spree's come to an end with an exciting series here finished. Quick look at the stats, and it's almost a very even 5,000 damage there from Scraps. Kenny on the other side of the board, also going massive there for the LA Thieves, but man, big stuff. I want to tip the cap to Zaptius as well. He was really influential. Again, we saw him in those rotations, crucial 1v1 gunfights, or spawn control. You name it, man. Everyone on Paris playing out of their mind. We heard the comms. We heard that listening, man. I have never heard furious passion like that outside of, like, you know, playoffs and champs weekends. So props to them. We heard Temp really singing it, man, from the chest. There we go. We're not done yet though, pals. We've still got another series here. But before we get to that series, the quick look at our scuff play of the game. We're going to give it to the one and only Matty Marshall to Scraps for his unbelievable runs here. Chance, I mean, it was streak after streak after streak. Scraps on a tear.
And this was a moment where, like, I've never been more confident in a player to actually, like, secure and earn those score streaks. There's, like, various levels to crack. As soon as you see a guy snap on a trophy like that, you just know that he's not going to be missing shots the entire time. Obviously, the cruise missile towards the end. Not quite the dagger, because right at this point, it's only about a 20-point game, but it helps you secure those spawns, secure the rotation. It turned this hill into a full 60. Even the artillery usage, granted, I don't think he got any kills with it, but just the ping to know that the rotation's coming away all the way around through the back of the map. Just perfect reads, great gameplay, and just completely taking over. Scraps, you could tell just by the voice, right? Not wanting to lose the day. And he certainly made sure it did not happen.
Oh, I did not lose it whatsoever. Look at this. Look at the road to the major now for Paris Legion. Again, a tough showing so far. 3-1s to both FaZe and Røkkr. A couple of L's there, but what a win against the LA Thieves. They play OpTic next, and the final opponent in their road to the exciting, very, I think everyone's waiting for this one. Stage 4, the major on land. They will play Surge at the end of that one. But for OpTic up next, oh, I wonder what they're thinking, watching, waiting in the wings, thinking, a little bit more of a dangerous Paris. Okay, their search and destroy is looking good. They're able to close out these hard points now. Things just got that little bit more interesting. The LA Thieves, it was a wonderful start, to pick up the 3-2 there over Surge, but a loss to Legion does not bode too well when Atlanta FaZe is their next opponent. Røkkr after that, and of course OpTic, that wonderful, exciting again. It's a I don't know if we're forcing it or not, but again, the LA Thieves versus OpTic, 100 Thieves versus OpTic Gaming storylines. And the rivalry is certainly there, whether we're talking about hoodies or in game, who knows. But that's going to be the road to the major for both teams. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fun series we've had, but we're not done yet here in the Call of Duty League. It's a fun Friday for all of us, and here our quick look at the schedule of this Florida home series presented by the US Army, Legion and Thieves. Done. Up next, it's our home series host, the Florida Mutineers, taking on one of the hottest teams in the league right now, the New York Subliners. And that one is bound to be full of fun and all sorts of good Call of Duty related goodies. Chance. Let's go to the social soundboard presented by Astra and see what the fans think. And James Thurgood says, Tim, comms are straight, fast and furious. You put on a real what? The saga there. We're up to like F9 right now, mate, but wonderful stuff in the comms.
Maybe Temple will have to make a guest appearance, but I mean, yeah, absolutely delivered. Comms completely on point, or at least hyper aggressive. Those are very much a team that came ready to play. And I'll say, we don't have to go super hot takey in terms of CDL points. Paris still have a very long way to go. Thieves certainly have a nice cushion, but even for the match we have after for Florida, this might be an opportunity for them to start leapfrogging teams, including Thieves, because that point gap is very close between the two.
Very close indeed between the two. Up after the break, though, our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight lot is talking to Scraps. Can't wait to hear what he's got there on the mic. Again, got to be feeling fantastic after that victory. And again, what a performance individually. Streaks in almost every single map we saw in the recent ones there. Ladies and gentlemen, first series done. More Call of Duty fun and games when we come back after this break.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Unlock a CDL team pack with any purchase on gamefuel.com/CDL while supplies last. Offer ends on August 31st. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
Hello you lovely people and welcome to your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. Joining me I have the legendary Scraps from Paris Legion. I gotta say, congratulations brother. I mean, an epic win for you guys here. And
thank you very much.
I'm gonna dive straight into it, Scraps, because it's been pretty hard for you guys as of recent.
It's been tough.
It's been quite tough. Yeah. There's been some downs, that's for sure, but this is a big win under your belt right now. I just want to know, what does it mean to you specifically and your team to really take a dub like that against LA Thieves today and at this point into the stage?
Obviously it means a lot because, like I said previously, we needed that so much. It's been a tough few weeks for us, and we've been down bad, so to beat a team like that in that sort of fashion, I think we could have 3-0'd them. It's a good feeling and really good for our momentum.
Absolutely, and now obviously you guys have been pretty dominant on S&D. Things have been working really nicely for you guys there. In terms of your respawns though, what are you looking to kind of improve on as you continue through the stage and to kind of make your gameplay hot to trot and one to not be messed with?
I think it's just cutting out as many mistakes as possible. I think that's one of our biggest problems. Getting broke too easy in certain situations, getting 4 down in control and then getting put on the back foot straight away, it shouldn't be happening. So I think focusing on those things will help our team out a lot, and that's will help us out clutch up in these series.
Definitely, the slaying power is there, mate. The talent is there. We can see it on our screens. I'm excited to see what you guys cook up for the rest of the stage. Last question before you let you go, Scraps. ZapDS was obviously added right at the beginning of this stage. Where are you guys at right now in this development phase? Are you happy with where your team's at, or is there more to be done here?
There's more to be done for sure. I mean, S&D looks pretty solid. We're yet to lose one with this team, but I think it's just getting him on the same page as us in the respawns. I think that's what we've got to focus on the most with Zap, and blending him in with us threes. What we're focusing on for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, Scraps, things are working. The Paris Legion machine is churning. We're loving what we're seeing here. Congratulations and best of luck as you move forward.
Love it, I appreciate it.
Well, there we have it. We've heard from Scraps. He's an absolute legend, isn't he, Scraps? He's lovely to talk to, and I wish them best of luck going forward. Very proud of the EU boys closing it out there against LA Thieves. We have a banger up next for you guys. We have our home series team, Mutineers, taking on New York Subliners. They were looking pretty damn good in the major. They might be looking pretty damn good today. We'll see what the Mutineers have to say about it right after the break.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuf, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Zenny, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenny Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenny.com/gaming.
Yeah. In his home habitat, the skies, his mating dance that he does. What's going on here, mate? But guys, this man is absolutely twisted, and that's what he does when he's in game, and that's what he does when he's out of game. He's just popping crazy dances and whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for our main event. Let's get it. The last match of the day, and this is one that we're all excited for. The New York Subliners going up against our home series host, the Mutineers. And it appears that I may have dressed for the occasion. My name is Miles Ross, his name is Chance. Mate, this is going to be a good series. There's no doubt about it.
It's going to be an incredibly interesting series. But Miles, we got to talk about your outfit more. You look good.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's like camouflage you're going for, or if it's purely Florida themed or Palm Beach, wherever you're rocking with. But at the very least, the neon. It is a very special outfit you have on. Maybe I should do a fashion designer voice, but I don't have those in my stockpile.
I don't know, but Enigma coming out saying that I brought the Mutineers skin IRL, and he's not wrong, Andrew. You're not wrong whatsoever. This is a little bit more of the 2020 Mutineers weapon camo than it is so much the Cold War one, but I'm glad you all noticed. I'm glad you're all, you know, paid attention, because I certainly dressed to impress today. We're playing the Florida Mutineers up against the New York Subliners, and again, two teams that are in hot form right now. The Subliners, the stocks are rising. I hope you invested early. But for the New York Subliners, man, I mean, they could go the distance. You know what? Let's just meet the teams and get this show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, up first in the yellow corner, with a little bit of black in there as well, the New York Subliners.
What a kill that was. I'll see you in league play later, boys and girls.
Clayster, though, has a couple players in front. He gets the two-piece, gets the third.
There's the first. Those one more is inside. Fantastic movement. Shots on point. Keep the streak going.
It was a matter of moments before we saw this map potentially wide open.
York Subliners, we saw them with a second place finish from the last major going up against Atlanta FaZe, but an incredible run. And it has to be said, HyDra has had the most wonderful of impacts on this entire roster. Aside Asim, Clayster and Mack, NYSL, a fan favorite, has to be said, Chance, but they haven't quite been able to find that glory, that true success they so yearn for here in the CDL. And wake up, HyDra, you've got a game to play.
That is the man. I mean, keep in mind, that is like the most devastating hardpoint player we have in the league. That is very much a game mode where you need to be wired for it and ready for gunfights, but I don't know, trust the process. Whatever HyDra does before every single match, it's been working for him, so I'm not going to question it, but like, damn, can someone like,
I mean, like,
can you smile? Can someone like tell a joke? I don't know. I feel bad. Look, like I'm getting emotional over here.
There's
just looking at his cam.
Dude, there's the breathing exercises and the finding your center before you play, and then there's just straight up having a nap. And HyDra was definitely in the latter side there. But we'll see if when we get in a game, he can be a little bit more pep in his step. Ladies and gentlemen, the hosts of the home series, they certainly got close enough to dressing me. Let's see how they do in game, Florida Mutineers.
Situation and a nice three-piece coming in from Big Wake.
Neptune is playing this, trying to bait him out, but aBeZy gets into a nice after he's finally a reposition, but aBeZy just a little bit too much, but Neptune.
He's still got the war raging for P2 that Neptune is winning single-handedly.
Great work. Again, looking at that mini-map, we know where they're coming from. These players do all round.
But these boys
have to get through skies.
You have to get through skies!
Then Florida Mutineers with a sexy new video. We can't count their headshots anymore. For Awakening Skies having a Neptune. Mate, they're looking brilliant right now. It has to be said. They've shocked us all. They've turned the league upside down a little bit. Can they keep rolling? That's the question, though. Florida Mutineers, again, the question is, can they bring down the more top teams? They've already taken down Ultra. To take down NYSL would be quite something, Chance. Do you think they have it in them? Certainly a bit more Awakening.
Everything.
HyDra was.
Did you see how tall Awakening actually is? Havoc is like 6'5" or something. Havoc is insanely tall.
Okay.
And Awakening, it looked like in the video was his height. I've never seen Awakening because it's been like, what, 2 years since we've had LAN, whatever it is. I didn't know it's big wake, like how accurate that actually was. That's insane.
It could be a genuinely big wake, or he could do what Merc does and stand on a box. But we'll find out when the time comes. Of course, the upcoming major will be played in person. The game for your keys to victory. On screen, pals, Florida Mutineers up first, Chance.
And yeah, I mean, it is very much the key thing when you're playing against the Subliners. If you can't slow HyDra down, which almost no teams in the league, it's really just Atlanta FaZe that have had some sort of response, but if you can't stop HyDra, you're not going to win a hard point. It is just simple as that. Just move on to the next game modes and focus on the old 2-3-5. And more importantly for Florida, treat today like a tournament. Like we heard the comms coming from Paris. I need that same kind of energy, or at least like that same sort of mentality coming into the game. This is a massive opportunity for Florida, right? They get this win. They've already taken down Toronto. It's not a guarantee, but they should almost assuredly end up with the top spot, like in the groups. You're gonna have a great seed, which means you go into the tournament with a great seed. You get an extra guarantee of points. Right now, they're in the 8th spot. I mean, one good tournament run from these guys, they could jump up 2 or 3 places. So it is a very big day in my mind for the Florida camp.
Again, they're on the cusp there. They're on that 8th place. We'll see how the standings go after this one. But New York Subliners, game fuel keys to victory. Chance, be prepared for some fresh strats in the respawns.
Yeah, it is very much. We saw a Moscow hardpoint the last time Florida played, where to break into P3, they just took their time, went with a no-show 4-man flood through the front of the hill. So they're starting to pull some tricks out of the bag that we just haven't seen before. They are starting to dish out a ton of fresh looks. So I think Subliners need to be prepared. Admittedly, they are always a team that is very cerebral in the game and can make these sort of adjustments on the fly, but they got to make sure that they are on their A game today, because Florida is starting to look like a menacing team to play against. And then more of a long-term thing for these guys, control has been an issue. 3-7 since they have picked up HyDra, and that's in spite of the fact it's not like they're struggling to get the kills. Like a 1.07 overall team KD when you're double negative for the actual record. There's some key things going wrong for this team where they just got to hammer them out in practice. Maybe a little bit of good news for them. Florida the control where we go to raid. Well, Florida's 0-5 on that map, so it'll be a pretty big opportunity for New York to take care of business in the 3rd game mode.
Florida not fans of Raid Hardpoint. There you go. Maps and modes, Apocalypse Standoff, Raid, Checkmate, and Express S&D to get us to the end. Love what we're seeing today in both series. No repeats. We're getting a fresh map for every mode, and I love it. But there we go, pals. You've met the teams. We've set the board. Let's go. Let's raise the curtain and get this show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. I'm all right, fine. We'll go to the quick throw brought to you by Scump first. Again, we want to look at these two teams. We want to measure them up pound for pound. And again, Chance, Subliners' recent success after the big old turnaround, getting HyDra in the squad. DiamondCon had his run, man. This team has seen it all. And the stats looking fine for them so far.
And I want to say 29-13 is obviously a fantastic hardpoint record. That is not even close to how good they have been since they have picked up HyDra. 14-2. Since they've picked up the French phenom, they have been almost completely untouchable. Their only 2 hardpoint losses are to FaZe. Surprise, surprise. What do you know? FaZe is also great in that game mode. And they've still gone toe-to-toe with FaZe. I think since they picked up HyDra, it's like a 2-2 split in the hardpoints, something like that. So they have been pretty much universally untouchable in hardpoint. If your team is not Atlanta FaZe, you go into an Apocalypse hardpoint where New York is 4-1 on this map. And HyDra, if you don't count Zaphius, just because he is the only one map played, he's got the #1 KD on this map as well. HyDra has been a walking just death machine on this map. 1.41 KD. Again, technically only the #2 in the league, but he's basically been the best at this map. It is Operation Stop HyDra, or, well, you're going to have to go into game #2 down a map.
Very map we saw Paris Legion pick up the El Dembskis on. Let's see how it'll be fair for both of these squads. Interesting opening rip. Both teams heading down low off that battle for the hardpoint. No one looking towards that temple push, so Skies will be alone for a while. Kaboom! Asim and HyDra land a couple of sweet peaches. That's going to be that. Awakening, oof, he's backing on up. Can't quite make the tactical retreat. And now we're going to be breaking from broken. Skies, Defensive line still holds it. Hardpoint time going the way still. I like this out of New York. Getting a bit tricky here as HyDra will fall as well. Neptune finds his kill chance. NYSL trying to pin everyone from the Florida Mutineers back inside that temple, not let them escape.
And I would say maybe long term, honestly, in that situation, Florida can count their blessings because that was a very strong opening break just based off of the nade coordination that New York brought towards the table. Now this is very much Operation Flip the Spawns, but either way, for P1, you're going to build yourself about a 40-second lead going into New. New York certainly opening things up in a very strong fashion. Now, of course, the next question, actually make the break on a P2. It is not looking simple, and based on where the map stands right now, Florida taking care of business, making sure they're holding on to these spawns.
Yeah, they can hold it. Neptune, back and forth he goes, making sure no one is around him, and again, makes a little bit of noise here. He's got a HyDra on the other side of him. There it is. Patience pays off for the young Frenchman, and now the push towards the hard point. An opening still to be had. HyDra's going to wait for it. Not able to just throw his life away. We love that. Not only dangerous, but also a smart player. Here comes the team push. Forward they go. Neptune versus HyDra. Look at the movement back and forth. It's a 1v1. Now it's a 1v1. Done. HyDra wins the fight. Get on the point, boys. You got to still make the break, and it's not easy to do so. Skies finds his 5th in a row. That's 6-1 overall chance, and it's been a great hold here inside Temple. Florida do not get broken.
I'm pretty sure right there, Sky's just making sure he's looking in the corner just to effectively block those spawns, just making sure he's looking in the right direction. You talk about a fantastic first hill for Subliners. Well, you go into a money hill in Florida, basically get all the time, 55 seconds for them. Now for the fight over towards New, though, awakening with the SMG, looking to make things a little bit spicy, and he delivers. This is a 5 spree for him as well, so him and Skies both looking to get streaked out this early in the game. This is an opportunity for Florida. And if you're trying to stop HyDra, the best way to do it, honestly, take him down with a cruise missile. The gunfights haven't been fun, but at least I think both players got shut down. I didn't see if Skies was able to pick up the artillery, but certainly Awakening was not.
They managed to get 3 in the feed. That's 3 in a row. Looking to take back the lead now. Can they get it done? We will see. HyDra is still holding down that bottom side of the map. An open hard point, though, from a snipe, it felt like at times there with that trig shot. Mack still doing what he can to battle forward. And wow, he's doing a lot between the jump shots and the 2-piece. Wonderful work out of Mack. Still, you will get a bit of a contested towards the point. Awakening versus Asim. Asim, a very, very slow map from him so far. Not able to get too much going here on Apocalypse. 3 and 10. Over to the next hard point we go, Chance, and once again, Mutineers in control. We saw Paris break this one with streaks. How will New York fare? Just the guns and knives.
Well, those are good wins right there for Mack. You're already, well, actually, no, not even blocking the spawns. Awakening still spawns up over towards no man's land, and he wins the gunfight. New York just sent 3 players around that full flank, trying to look for that flip. They do not succeed. This is wonderful stuff early on from Florida. And I just gotta say, comparing the speeds of this map compared to what we just saw from Thieves and Pairs, it is like night and day. Much more systematic approach coming in from the 2 squads a little bit higher in the CDL point standings, you know?
Just a little bit. Well, let's see how those teams in the standings sound. Let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen-in with the Florida Mutineers.
Stay up. They're gonna hit out the back. They're hitting out the back. They're hitting out the back. They're double hitting out low. They're double hitting out low.
Watch out low. Watch out low. There's 2. Go on.
They push out. They push out. Go to the back. Go to the back. Go to the back.
There's 3 there. 3 on hill. 3 on hill.
Watch one out. Watch one out left.
Yo, play for the guy left. Play for the guy left.
He's on map. He's on map.
He's already low.
Deep HyDra. HyDra deep.
I got him.
Yeah, then what's up?
I'm gonna go. One in the back.
Top him. We need to play together.
Go to the right.
Low.
3 of us low.
You can pitch your price to it.
Hello.
Waiting.
He's trying. Back. They close. One close.
They're hurt.
That guy's weak.
This one low me. And L. HyDra, watch out. Absolute on the truck. On the M.
Wait
for you guys. Yo, play low. Get it. All four. I'm gonna wall bang for mid. Okay, you ready? I'm mobbing. Nothing there.
One more week.
Close right. He's one shot close right. Top. 3 in hill.
Yeah, they pushed out.
Hold your frame, Bona.
2 push out on you.
Give me a tie game.
Low.
Grab Ryan.
Am I low?
Make sure they don't
Too low, guys.
Make sure they don't pitch your
Got one.
Mack,
One more low. Guys, one more hold and one unknown. We gotta pick up right. Do we have
I'm right.
Nice, okay. Someone got time and hold right.
Don't push up too far.
Don't push up too far.
Pick up top.
No, I'm top. I'm just going top.
No, just get some. I can help him low. Yo, he's there. One shot in front of him. On the truck, one shot. They're gonna triple low.
I have my minute.
On the truck, you saw him. And then they're low.
Low got me. Top got me. Nice. Too low.
Yeah, low. HyDra, one shot. I got one. Last one's low.
I'm gonna pinch right. Hold.
I got you.
Hold on.
Low, no,
One right. Team right. Take your time. Hold right.
Yo, there's three low. There's three low.
He shot.
I'm the back. Pick up right. Ablo. Ablo.
One right.
Cacophony of good old Call of Duty comms there, Chance. Florida Mutineers sounding nice. A little bit of a lead now, but Subliners biting back and bouncing back very quickly here.
Yeah, I mean, the comms are great. It just looks like New York is just not an easy team to have to play against, right? Like, even if you know where the pressure is coming from, it's still just good teamwork out of them to find these kills. And you see Florida right now, a ton of pressure on Havoc and Skies, the two lone men in the back of the map, and well, Neptune able to shut down Clayster. Big gunfight for him to win. Now you know that all the pressure is going to be coming in through the back, and Havoc with the pressure on, able to find at least one kill. The second doesn't come through, and the trade doesn't either. New York with the spawns, the rotation secured. Now we go into a money hill. They just have their first lead that they have had this entire game since the very first hill. Maybe an opportunity for them to start to try and run it up.
Here's the opportunity to do so. Play on point, Krig in hand. Trying to hold this one down, waiting for the reinforcements to show up, and then it's going to be another break from the front. Will we see another Moscow strat? The old delay, 3-man hit, 3, 2, 1, maybe not. HyDra's got you pinned, trades are there, here comes the contest. Clay's going to get damaged, picked out, a big wake finds 2. Not able to get the third though, as New York will continue to hold the hill. Nice work all in all. What are the rotations down 15 seconds before it's up and about, and it should be, well actually, yeah, it should be Florida. I was going to say, we've got Asim in a forward position. This could get spicy.
And a lot of credit, by the way, goes to Mack, not just for being double positive in the game and being a very strong driving force for New York's successes early on, but he picked up quite a few kills on that last hill, not just to get the break, but to actually hold it. So Mack's certainly putting in work, and as it stands for this new hill, it is just kills everywhere in the feed, but it looks like the one-team kill helps out Florida just enough to get that clean 4 down. Everybody on New York now going to be flooding in through Temple, and, well, a lot of time left. Not the worst time to have to flood, and a couple kills starting to go their way. A scrappy game, man. Back and forth, as we could expect for two teams playing at their best.
Yeah, this is delightful. I mean, it's crazy. it's so hard to predict, and again, I feel for those who are at the top of the pick'ems board playing for those great prizes. You know, it's not easy to stay up there, but Clay doing what he can to make his way on the hard point. Awaken, he's going to cut down mid. That's going to be a nice hold from Florida. Next 15 will be all theirs. Rotation over towards that top courtyard, though. That's where we're going next. And it's going to be New York there, lying in wait. 21 and 12 overall for Mack. He's having a lovely map so far. I wonder how Asim's doing. I haven't got a glimpse of his stats, but I would imagine he's jumped out of the doldrums. Here we go. Mack still holding that back line down. Pinch comes through. All from the front line. Awakening finds himself another 2-piece on Asim now. 14 and 8. He's on a 4 spree. Turn that frown way upside down. And there's a bit of a contest still. And we may, oh my, aside from the 2-man push through Coop, this could be huge. New York possibly on the break here. Can Florida hold it?
Well, Florida, I mean, if not hold it, I mean, they're going to be able to at least get this time. The fact that they were able to just break that, by the way, completely on point with the teamwork. The flash grenade that hits Mack, by the way, perfectly timed. If that comes in at a different moment, he finds at least one. It makes it that much easier for New York to try to hold on the back end, but utility and tacticals on point. Now, as it stands, though, New York, they're trying to cause a couple problems. Mack gets dealt with, but you got 2 players right now in that back no man's area. I got to imagine HyDra, his entire job, basically just to stay alive. And I'd say for New York, yeah, you're going to have to flood through. This is not a fun spot to be in, as HyDra right now standing between the entire Florida team. This might be 2 rotations back-to-back for Florida just trying to take over.
And they are doing a very, very admirable job at that. Asim trying to work on the pinch now. Mack leading the way. You've got a bit of presence now coming through mid as well. That's going to be HyDra. Mack's nade will get 1 at least. Here comes the push. Submachine guns out and about. Mack's going to be in first. Havoc wins it. The slide on out and the trades are there. Asim now from behind, and it is a do-si-do in the hard point. And out on top comes Asim. A 5 spree, still alive and going. Looking to play for those streaks. Eyes on the players coming in through back now. There's 1. 6 kills now in a row. Can he get another one? For this is for streaks. The shots are in, gets 1. The trade's there, and oh, Neptune with 3. Can he make it a 4? He can't. Oh my word, Chance. This is a mad hard point. And we have only, well, we're not even there yet. We're getting towards the 200-point mark. This is pandemonium.
Yeah, good luck flooding through trenches right now. Havoc looking for some kills, and well, the setup is just for his teammates to get the next one right now. New York 0 clearance on the point. I mean, you got to think long term, right? You don't often see teams able to get 52 points on this P1, so this rotation means a great deal for both teams. So New York right now, it is a 2-front problem. that they have to deal with. Get this break and move over, or maybe the streets are going to help make it happen. At least gets the information, clears out the point. Gets a little bit of a map opening for New York, but still they need to try to flip those spawns. That's what HyDra is looking to do.
Desperately trying to do it. Couldn't do it in the first set, and he won't do it in this one either. Havoc wins a big one. The Route Man continues to do his thing. Awakening on point, not able to get any more out of it. Sky's trade come to an end. Neptune, though, what's he going to do now versus Asim? Back and forth we go. Nays there on point, and Asim, he's hard to kill. Waiting for the teammates to show up. Here's the contest and the pinch. And you get the thigh of Neptune there with the Diamati, and there it is. Teamwork prevails, and chance the scoreline's going to go back and forth again. Wait, big wake off the top rope. Lands 2 more. 10 seconds left on the point. Mutineers in control of Temple, and my word, what an apocalypse this has been so far.
And keep in mind, that artillery got burned to try to flip these spawns maybe 40 seconds ago. Now you do not have that utility to try to actually break into this hill. First time around when Florida had this setup, they got 55 seconds on the point, and they need a lot less than that this time around. Clayster, though, on a 3 spree, trying to make some plays, pushing through Temple, blocking the spawns, and he's got his team right here with him.
Yep, here we goes the push. First through. Nice work from the back line there. Clay get it done with the Krig. Havoc's up next. Big tags. Asim now going for the finish. He's not able to get it done, though, as the rest of the squad starts to fall around him. Clay's got to get in here, though. You have to contest. This could be the last hard point. 30 seconds remaining on this one. Mutineers can still win it here. Mack, though, late minute heroics from him. Shots are there. Havoc wins another big one. Guys now locking down that backline chance, and back and forth we go. The war raging still by this Temple hardpoint. 10 seconds for the win now. New York Subliners looking to make the break. Awakening finds one more, and just like that, Mack's the last player left on point. We should be safe here, but you have to rotate now for New York.
But the rotation's good. Honestly, get a couple players out first, and honestly, Asim, well, he's sunning himself right now. He didn't realize there was somewhat of an opening, but these are the gunfights that decide the map. It's going to come down to this hill. New York have to be damn near perfect to make it happen in Florida. Sending 3 through trenches for the break, and the man that's not with them is causing problems on the flank. Neptune with the pinch. Florida inside the hill. 4 seconds in the game is there, and it looks like they're going to be able to do it. 14-2 in Hardpoint were the Subliners until they met Florida on Apocalypse. Florida, the second time they have played this map, and what a massive win they are able to get. Holy hell, Miles, are we gonna have a series on our hands?
Oh, baby! That final play from Neptune, that flank through mid, like you had the perfect setup. The rotation was sweet from the Subliners. They were good to take the fight, and Neptune, that little trident, doink, doink, right in the soft, tender underbelly of the Subliners. Wow, fun start in what will be a cool series. Oh, okie dokie, pal. This one's gonna go deep. I think this one's going deep. NYSL pulling things back, keeping things real spicy, but in the end, it was one crucial play. And there we go. A little bit of thinking, a little bit of back and forth now from the Subliners. Again, as Apocalypse doesn't go their way. HyDra's now fully awake and at alert and at attention as they should be, but 1-0. A nice start to this series for Florida.
And I will say, honestly, in my mind, the play of that game is just the break that Florida had around just going into that statue hill, right? Send 3 players around the back. That is the moment where the flash is just perfectly timed, just a blind Mack, and everything just done as efficiently as you can. But clean game across the board. Everybody putting in work for Florida, all for that 16-point win. But a dub is a dub, and Florida gotta be happy for it.
Wonderful way to get the ball rolling. Again, our home series hosts take the lead in the series. NYSL have to bounce back now and search and destroy. Coming up in just a brief moment. First, though, friends, a quick commercial break. Upon our return, more Call of Duty League fun and games. We'll see you after Dragons.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Presented by USAA Insurance. Easy insurance for stuff in real life.
Coming into the 2021 season with a statement. That's a 3-0 over the LA Thieves.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have returned to the Call of Duty League. NYSL going up against the Florida Mutineers. We are down one map. Search and Destroy coming up next with an opportunity for the New York to level the playing field. Get us going. Let's have a quick look at the S&D KD ranks, though, for the Florida Mutineers. And chance there are a couple of outliers there, let's be honest.
And I almost want to like call shenanigans, right? Seeing Havoc at 52nd, I almost don't believe it because, I mean, again, I'm certainly not making the case that he is the best search and destroy player in the game, but he is like a high impact, high value player. How many times have we seen this man like clutching whatever 1v1 he's been in this year, or being the intro guy getting the first blood? So that is very much in my mind just the KD not selling the entire story, but maybe a little bit farther down the line, at least for a guy like Awakening, it sort of does. Awakening is also disgusting. Like on this team, you have what? Neptune that can be a playmaker. Oh, there's number one by the way. Wait, is that true? HyDra's number one in S&D KD? Because keep in mind, I think the first like 2 series that he had, he was like the worst search and destroy player in the league. I think he had like a .48 after his first couple maps. And admittedly, obviously, he has had a massive turnaround, right? Once he starts to fit in with the squad just a little bit more, he'll be good to go. But for what it's worth, I did see a tweet. Apparently, HyDra not feeling at his tippy-top shape today, just feeling a little bit bad. Hopefully, he can shake that off a little bit and make sure it doesn't show in the gameplay. Because in spite of the loss, he still played pretty well on map 1.
I was going to say, I was like, if he's not feeling well, could have fooled all of us, man, because he's looking fierce in-game. Still bringing the thunder where it counts, and we wish him a speedy recovery, whatever's going on there, mate. You all got to take care of ourselves during these trying times, as COVID still out and about, unless you're aware, unless you're living under a rock, in which case you're probably safe. But here we go. Still got to do what we can and remain very much aware. Wash them hands. Still wear a mask if you have to. Get your vaccines. Come on. We want to get back to land. Here we go. Map number 2, Standoff is about to begin. Search and Destroy. Mutineers with a 1-0 lead in the series thus far. Excited to hear some more passionate comms throughout the course of this series, mate. The first one was anything to go by. Oof. Good day for some Call of Duty. Let's get it.
Great day for some Call of Duty indeed. Keep in mind, this is the first time New York we have seen on this map, but certainly not the first time we have seen Clayster. You know, he is certainly going to have a couple strats cooked up. And frankly, even their coach, Revan, spent quite a bit of time on Black Ops 2 on this map. Sky's looking for the first blood, and while he can find a couple shots through the wall, but no kills, but Clayster, he might be thirsty for it. He had Sky's one shot. He was thinking about it, but at the very least, he's got the positioning. He can now see this B bomb from where he's at next to the tank, or maybe do an army crawl to find Skies, and welcome to the map. Clay knows it all.
Clay is such a nerd. Like it. Big fan. The angles are now done. Mutineers, 2 players down, 3 players down as HyDra. He's sick. You know what I mean? Like, he's sick. That kill. And Havoc now, he's in a lot of trouble. New York have at least isolated and pinned him down to this singular part of the map. And at this point in time, it's like, yeah, just put your hands up. Just almost surrender. We have you surrounded. Oh, no. They're coming in. Wait. There you go. I was going to say, he's in a lot of trouble, Chance, but maybe not that much trouble. He takes one with him.
I will say, I mean, I mentioned Havoc and Clutch, but most of these are, you know, a 1v1 type variety. 1v4 is a little bit different, especially against a team like the Subliners, but really just fantastic first round, not just for the kill that Clayster had over by the tank, but I think it was Mack that might have picked up the first blood as well. Efficient stuff for the first round, and something that Florida will certainly have to keep in the back of their minds. Now, Subliners back on the attack. It looks like a lot of pressure, maybe through Brown, maybe to wrap around the map, or a triple stack in the Brown house.
Eyes on. 2 shots Clay landed there. Havoc on the outside of the deli now. HyDra on the other side of it. E-bomb site looking very, very covered right now. And the A bomb site as well. Again from Clay. Look at these positions he's in. Just this. Top his perch. Able to deal so much damage so quickly. Now they're pushing towards the A bomb site. Neptune must have seen Asim make his way forward there, because here we go. 3-man hit. Asim with the early tag. Does drop though. Can Neptune be traded out? HyDra's close. Oh, more damage dealt. Lives to fight another day. HyDra hops into it. Gets the kill. Now it's a 3v2. 2v2.
I'll make that a very quick 2v2, right? The response is in. And now this is sort of a situation where Subliners, they might be able to get the bomb down, but they're also sort of trapped. And they might have a small opening to try to work their way around, but the repositioning from Havoc too good, and the repositioning from Awakening also too good. Picking them apart in spite of the first blood. This might be a moment where Clay, just 1 kill at a time, is teaching Sky something just a little bit new or a slightly different angle, but either way, the adjustments have been made and a solid round win coming through. 2 for 2 as far as defensive rounds go. See if Florida can maybe mix things up, make it a little bit interesting.
Havoc bomb in hand. Where are we going? Play call looks like, yeah, we're going straight on the B. We're there fast. More of an A defense now from NYSL. It's all going to be on Mack. He's the only player really with any eyes on towards that bomb site. And it's going to be a fast plant. And so far, so good. HyDra on the flank. Is he able to deal much? 40 seconds on the clock. HyDra is creeping forward. Sky's big tags. Going to open up the fight here. But NYSL, Sharks are circling. Here they come.
Oh, there's a nice first blood to get. And he had the bomb down. And he got all the angles. Sky as well. You talk about a man that learns quickly. Do unto others as you want done to yourself, whatever that line is. I'm sure there's something better there, but the exact same spot he got killed from last time is where Skies is able to find the 2-piece and gets the final drop on Clay as well to seal the deal. Strong round coming out from Florida. Looks like their idea very much to try and work this B site. So a bit of presence over there in both the rounds that they've had. Have to keep in mind what adjustments New York is going to be making on defense later on. But either way, if there's a call, New York going to be looking for the response, see what they can cook up on offense.
Oh, fence. I know that's not how it works, but I was excited to give it a go. Awakening on the back line, about to run into 2 players in the alleyway. Ooh, gets 2 shots in and dips. Big wake. On that 3 spree, looking to keep it going. It's HyDra and Asim now. Corner by corner. Window by window, they check every possible avenue. And Awakening, oh, look at these spots, man. Havoc on the pinch through Deli. Wraps that one up quickly. Play now through mid. Nice shots, and Havoc finds 1. 2 more players now. Close range to him with 45 seconds left on the clock. New York still trying to make a play in towards that A-bomb site, but they've got a little bit of work still to do. Chance 3v3.
And HyDra again, I mean, this is the perfect opportunity for a late flank. And well, Awakening able to find his 4th in a row. HyDra, it all just comes down to the timing and whether or not he can find Skies, but they're not giving anything to work with. And while HyDra looking for the flank kills, he's able to find the first, but in the meantime, his teammates have fallen. Now needs the 1v2, and Neptune, a man that we already know, puts in the work in search and destroy. Nice angle behind the car there, basically renders himself invisible, and you get to take an opportunity to see what that looks like from his POV, knows where he's coming from, and see through that window clear as day for HyDra. Much more difficult to spot that player out.
Yeah, the cars, man. Cars all over this map. Not an easy thing to see through, but kind of one-way mirror at times, and they nail that. 4 in a row for Awakening, 3 in a row for Neptune. And a decent lead now working out for the Florida Mutineers. New York on defense, 2-2 split. Through mid. Oh, it is a war in the middle of the streets. Sprays go out. Skies throws a sweet one, takes care of Mack. HyDra with the angles, 2v2, just like that. And it's the submachine guns of NYSL going up against Havoc and Awakening. And Havoc is already on the route. He's gone, man. And all that fight was happening, he didn't want anything to it, Chance. And this 2v2 could get real weird real fast.
I'd say the biggest issue, well, not only the fact that the bomb is down, but even New York, they don't have pretty much any information on the map. Havoc is just a player that has basically pulled the hidden Houdini. A couple shots coming through, and that's Awakening getting out with his life. Still on the 4 spree, keep in mind. Maybe it's going to be HyDra making the play, and there it is, the fullest of flanks coming through. But even still, I don't know when the last time they've spotted out Havoc. They have to have zero idea where he is, but now they know he gets the first blood. But HyDra, too quick on the trades. French Phenom waking up just a little bit. Nice couple kills for him towards the end, and well, you get a catch look in the best play. There's him shutting down the streaks. And obviously the teamwork between him and Asim, they have it in spades. Efficient work to close out the round.
I mean, like, you're playing the round and you're like, where's Havoc? I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't know? We have absolutely no idea where Havoc has been for this entire round. He could be on the flank, he could be in the middle of the street, he could be top crank. We have no idea. That kind of play makes this so difficult to deal with. Subliners clutch up in a nice way. Offensive round now for the Mack with a bomb in hand. They have not had too much success on the offensive goes, but shoulder to shoulder, HyDra and Asim once again through the back alleyway. They didn't have a lot of success first time round. Mack by the OpTic van, just trying to lock that lane down, make sure no one tries anything funny. And this is a weird one, Chance. NYSL are about to smash A wide open. Howdy. They did not fire their guns until the last possible moment.
Skies has to be one of the most confused men in the world, by the way, because Awakening was probably calling out they had the full flank covered. And all of a sudden, you got a 3v3, you're able to get this bomb down, and there's the occasional time where you get this bomb planted on A and you sort of trap yourselves in on the site. This is not the case here. Both sides are going to be open. Admittedly, New York doesn't have the information, but either way, maybe a small advantage now that the bomb has been planted.
Sneaky boys. Here we go, though, through the front. Awakening trying to lead the charge. 3v3. 30 on the clock. Mack throwing the back tractor. Shots are there. Asim now getting involved. Awakening, though. Oh, my word. What a big win. But the trade's there with a nade. HyDra now reinforcing the front line. No one hitting the flank just yet. There's 20 on the clock. HyDra still watching the left-hand side. Still on a force spree. Asim watching the front. Taking their individual gunfights. And Asim's going to win his. Over now to HyDra. The 2v1 situation. Immaculate teamwork from New York. And just like that, we're tied up 3-3. What a wild round. I hope we see that one on the desk later. That was a fun one.
That is very much just being able to find that double flank early on, the aggressive play calls coming through, and even towards the end, you know, if you're thinking about being trapped on site, you got Asim and HyDra again, the SMG duo as a pair working together. That's the wheelhouse, man. If you're just throwing shoulders, playing for the audio cues, working together for the trades, efficient work towards the end, and well, HyDra, 4 spree for him, and Asim, he's on a 3 streak. I don't know about the score streaks, but at the very least, not some fun people to have to shut down. And again, with some mildly aggressive play calls, right? Florida's tried to go towards B quite a few times, so New York has stacked the site. Meanwhile, we're one team double flanks.
Hello.
Florida responds, and there's the first blood. Again, someone just getting caught completely off guard as the map has been flipped on its head.
Nice looking kebab in there, bit of shashlik. I'm hungry now. First blood. Clay. Uh-oh. Clay. Careful, Clay. There's a couple of players around it, Clay. Run for it, Clay. Havoc's on his way, Clay. Turn around, Clay. Clay's dead. Trades are out and about, though. Asim and HyDra, they get involved. Now it's a 2v2. All making its way towards A. Oh, Awakening's pinch
Asim and HyDra looking for the clutches. It is always these two, and Awakening checks every corner in the world, but HyDra too ready with the 74U, and Neptune, well, he's got the bomb down, but he's got 2 players to deal with, and it has been the duo that has worked perfectly together.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Neptune! 1v2, and they hit him straight on. The fight's still going. Oh, has Asim flanked him? Oh, he finally gets the kill. Wow, what a round. Asim. He took so much damage. They lined up. He even hit him with the frag, with the Semtex. Oh man, that was a nail biter.
I'm with you. I can't believe that Semtex did not take him down. He had to have been 1 HP coming through, but I mean, Neptune, credit where credit is due, almost made the play. I don't know how much of this we're going to be able to see.
Mate, 1, 2, he got like a half
2 shots tagged through, and he hits him with a Semtex, dude. He is going to be salty about that, and well, on the flip side, Asim's going to be happy. That is just, what, 3 rounds in a row where him and HyDra are left in either a 2v2 or a 2v3, wherever it's going to be, but Asim and HyDra, 3 rounds in a row that they have clutched, and well, Asim still on that 5 spree. For Florida, it's Operation Kill Asim, win the round.
Yep. 5 in a row for Asim, though. Streaks on this map. Very, very handy indeed. Only 1 round advantage for the Subliners. Round win here again puts them on map point. Streaks for Asim would be ideal. 2-2 split right now. Well, 2-1 split. 1-1 split. There you go. NYSL, wide open map. No streaks just yet for Asim. Still on that 6 spree. He does have the bomb though. Again, plant the bomb, get streaks. That helps, but Mutineers looking to make the push forward. A lot of damage being dealt. Asim now going for the kill. Going for the plant. Mack's got the flank covered. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We're looking at map point unless Big Wake can do something unspeakable. Big Wake dealing the damage. Asim full... Well, not yet. 1 streak to his name. Awakening on the flank though, chance.
I mean, Miles, if I'm New York, I'm honestly probably trying to give Asim this streak. If you want to win the round, that's fine. But if you give him the cruise and you go at 5-3, you got a cruise and artillery, that is pretty much just a GG. Or maybe even let the bomb explode for some extra points. I mean, I would just say play for the cruise, and there it is. They get the job done. A perfect round of search and destroy coming in from the Subliners. Everything that they needed to go right, absolutely, they were able to secure. Let Asim plant that bomb, get the kill, get the cruise, get the artillery, and the round win. I just don't even know what you do at this point if you're Florida. You just have so many things that you're going to have to deal with, let alone the fact that you're going to have to do it for 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
It has just been the Asim show. And shout out to Flak Jacket, by the way, for keeping him alive.
Dude, that was like, do you remember like pre-patch Flak Jacket last year? Or even in BO4? Ridiculous. Impervious. It made you. Quick plant though, and howdy doody, clear skies.
Oh, they got it.
And we got it. The bomb's there. A window? Oh, he gets 2.
Dear.
HyDra straight onto the point. Havoc's in a lot of trouble by bottom brown now. Clay's going to find skies.
Okay.
It's a 4v1. You may as well throw the towel in. They're dying out there. That's a big win from the New York Subliners. And Asim trying to get a bit of practice on by the wall. And what a massive round. Asim, a hero for NYSL. They bounce back 6-3 in the search and destroy.
That is, I mean, you know, what, 4 rounds in a row where Asim goes clutch in one capacity or another. And it's worth pointing out, I mean, Florida, they had the perfect strat to get the bomb down and get out of dodge. Maybe, you know, cruise missiles can be curved, but shouldn't have made too much of a difference. Even if they somehow win that round, they still have 2 more to go and still have to deal with the artillery. So that is just consistent clutches coming out of Asim and HyDra. That is Clay finding so many first bloods on Skies, his AR counterpart as well. NYSL needed the bounce back game, and they absolutely delivered. And obviously Asim, MVP for that one, gets a ton of credit for the stretch that he went on.
Unreal, man. And again, if you think back to that round where Neptune almost won the 1v2, if you kill Asim there, no streaks, it's what, 4-4? Something like that? I mean, ridiculous. Ridiculous round. Incredible work here on Standoff. As we take a quick look at the stats, friends, and it was a real clinic there. Clayster putting up a huge amount of damage, but it was Asim, 11-4 with those magical moments. Beautiful stuff out of NYSL. They tie us up 1-1, and we promised you a good series to start the day, friends. I called this one the main event, and with good reason. That's map number 2 complete, and oh baby, we're going the distance here. Control coming up soon. Chance, I am actually sweating, and yes, it's mostly the hoodie, but the games are good too. How are you doing?
Not nearly as sweaty. I think not wearing a hoodie was a good call, but pretty much I think what we'd expect right now out of these 2 teams, right? Like Florida showing up, winning that hard point, taking New York down, right? If you could beat Toronto, it is the potential for these guys to go on a tear. So far, they've delivered. They are currently in the 8th seed as far as the CDL standings go. And I think, again, this series might be the moment where they start just rocketing themselves up and see how far they can really go. So this might be a match we look back on later towards the year, maybe once Champs comes around and be like, this is where Florida really started to turn their season around.
Really started to go crazy. US Army tactical play now on your screen. We're giving it to Asim, whether it's him dodging nades and staying alive, winning 1v2s, or just going buck wild and finding those streaks. He did it all here on Standoff, Chance.
And I can't believe how many rounds we actually had as well, where just the players on offense able to just flank all the way around the map and get in through back deli, but fairly consistent stuff. But again, you just saw on the feed, it was a 2v4. It was Asim and HyDra getting the kills to even things up. Nice little gunny from HyDra to give that advantage. But even still, I mean, the play of the game, it is very close just being Neptune for having this clutch. But
oh, man.
Asim seemingly indestructible. Takes the nade, takes a couple shots, and then stays alive just for long enough and even dodges those bullets. Because you know in that moment he was one shot, but takes care of business and Talk about the round that swings things, right? He turns this into streaks. That would have been Florida going up 4-3. Moment of the game, for sure.
Unreal stuff. Well, that's that. We're tied up 1-1. We'll be right back after this very quick commercial break. I hope you get a fun one, friends, because we're playing Raid Control after this. New York Subliners, Florida Mutineers. You don't want to miss it.
They can't stop it. They can't stop the kids. They can't stop it. They can't stop the kids. Shake the numbers, I'm running it up. I got plenty bands, I'm thumbing it. Yeah. Do what you can, you could try it. You can't stop it. OC dub, way up like a rocket. Acting up, acting out, way out of pocket. For the grind, for the hustle, I can't knock it. Do what it take, do what you do, you could try. Yeah. I've been up, I've been stuck up in the sky. Yeah. Know me at the top, I can't lie. Haters watch it, throw the piece, tell them bye. I got things to do, I got bands to get. Competition up in smoke, cannabis. Ask me why I'm a top 10 candidate. I'm so fly, I'm so clean, and I'm rich. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kids. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kids. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kids. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kids. Check the numbers, I'm running it up. I got plenty bands, I'm thumbing it, yeah. Tell them move, get up out the way. It's ludicrous, yeah, how much I'm getting paid. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10K. No mob ties for the player being made. Now how you spoke to your girl, better check her phone. And do you know what she doing when you not at home? And when she tell you she alone, but she not alone. She got a lot of options, eeny, miny, mo. She gon' do what she want, ain't no stopping it all.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Zenny, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenny Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenny.com/gaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames and messieurs, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We're getting ready to roll into map number 3, Raid Control. But let's talk Florida Mutineers first. Chance, they have been on the up and up. I said at the start of the day, I hope you invested early because they're on their way to the moon right now. Let's look at the KD comparisons from Stage 3 going into Stage 4. And Stage 3, ass. Stage 4, much better.
And I would say really the biggest theme, right? Obviously, Skies has a massive jump, but even still, I think at the start of the year, Skies was more of just a hot or a cold player. I'm looking at the SMGs. Neptune has shown just consistent improvement throughout the year. He is really seemingly to start to hit form. Even the last series we saw from Neptune, he was the guy making the clutches, making the big plays on rotations, and making like those cerebral plays on top of just like the ridiculous skill that he exemplifies every single time he plays. In Havoc, it is a similar kind of story where like right when he got put on the team, it was a fairly rough start, just shown nothing but improvement since then and really starting to hit form. I mean, again, they took down Toronto just a week ago, obviously a massive win. If you could double up on that, take down the Subliners, now we're starting to think about that Florida team like last year where they started to win a couple tournaments. This might be a very big opportunity. Of course, Raid Control has not been a favorite map for this team, but maybe the Crimsix without the sight will get the job done. Awakening, truly built different.
Truly, because the Krig Iron Sights, it's not that fun to use. You know? No, it's not, dude. It's not that fun. Let's see how he goes though. Nah, there is asking to change.
Oh, he's switched. I don't even know if anybody saw that.
No,
so,
they did.
So sad.
They did. They definitely saw something. But again, we see that from time to time, so they can run Flak Jacket and Tac Mask. But very rarely does that truly come through. QBZ, we see that a little bit, but oh, it's a shaky start. It's a bit of a wild one over towards the A zone here to start things off. Neptune, his eyebrows blown clean off his face from that Semtex. Still, presence felt. Mack's got that mid-map under control, trying to now hit these players in spawn, as you tend to do now in the control game mode. Bottom arc safely secured there by Neptune as he purveys a nice piece. Still presence on towards the A zone chance. Florida not letting that one go. First segment gone.
And HyDra, well, he's going to be fighting for it, right? He doesn't want a couple more segments to float away. And, well, that's the gunfight to win. Sky's able to take him down. But, frankly, there's more. Asim, the next one. But that's just to go to the chopping block of Skies shooting rockets right now. 5-0 for him. And it looks like New York feeling a little bit of pressure. Instead of wrapping back to go towards A, fighting for a little bit of that mid-map control. But now for New York, they know that Skies is going to be a problem. There's number 6. And frankly, the capture is going to be enough to get the job done. Talk about the perfect opening break. You get your main AR some streaks. And already you even see number 3 on the map, Havoc. He's found his way back basketball. There's opportunities for a ton of problems that New York are going to have to deal with. But at the very least, Havoc got taken down.
Yep. 6-0 for Skies. How far can he go? Mack and HyDra are locking down that backside of Kitchen. Meanwhile, on the far side of the map is going to be Clay. In the attacking team spawn. Mack traded out. HyDra trades out again. Good stuff all around. That comes... 6th spree now comes to a close. Team from inside money, though, is the shuffle now from the New York Subliners players trying to just take care of these attackers. Get them out of these difficult spots. Oh, wait. Just wins. The gunfight is Asim. He's alive for now, and again, the defense is going to have to hold. Chance a lot of time on the clock still to get this done. Asim, whoa, what a headshot! Takes care of Havoc. 1:15 on the clock. NYSL, they make their base clean. Clay runs into the whole team.
Yeah, well, Clayster was looking for some spawn kills, and the entirety of Florida did not want that to happen. By the way, I don't know where that nade went that was thrown next to Asim when he was top garden, but I heard the beeping. I don't know how that possibly could have missed, but either way, got a clean 4 down, able to stabilize for a moment. Maybe an opportunity for Skies to call in streaks, but I think, yeah, you might want to get bedroom control first. Havoc's going to be working with that while the flank is coming in through Florida. But it's Skies, the man that is deep in the spawn. They are still fighting for that bedroom control.
We're going. Sneaky Mack. Awakening on the rebuttal. Nice shot. Finds 2 more kills. 36 seconds on the clock as it is frozen. Here comes a streak from Skies. Use missile out. Should be able to catch a couple here. Oh, very, very unlucky not to have landed at least one of those. Clay will be dropped by that. The second just surface damage towards the backside of the kitchen. And now Asim finds 1. Neptune's just around that right-hand side corner. Segment's almost complete. Got to make the play. It comes through the window. Up over the top rope. Money. They get the kills. Mutineers hold the line. There's enough guns there on point to not let the subliners fly out. And there was a brief moment chance where I thought that may have gone down, but an exciting opening here to raid control.
And talk about the exciting opening just to get him the streaks. This is the best play where he turned this into a 6 spree off the rip. A couple of kills going his way and making the reads on HyDra, spotting his feet from underneath the van. And this team, again, 0-5 on this map. We even saw from Paris earlier. If there's a team that is struggling, whether it be on a map just or generically, someone's got to pop off, play for streaks, make those big plays. Sky's absolutely delivered. And it's not like Awakening is too far behind. 9 kills to his name, also on a 4 spree. Still in artillery at Sky's disposal. New York definitely going to be in a spot where they're fighting an uphill battle.
Neptune with another preposterous 2-piece. We've seen him in this position a lot. He really plays well around those concrete sort of like bollard things. Neptune once again. Great spot to be in. HyDra too hot on the trigger though as he does take him down. Ends that little run there. Still, NYSL not able to make a real dent in the progress here. Wow, come on, this guy's got to finish that. Still heading to the pivot. Tries to find it. It's going to be a clean kill. 4 players now able to really dive on that point. It's going to be the 2 there of NYSL capturing the A zone. First segment almost complete. Everyone else just trying to hold the Florida Mutineers back.
And I'm just saying, if you're on this A point, this is just prime position to get killed by an artillery. I don't know if Skies is going to want to make the investment off spawn, but it is certainly an option. Maybe not a ton of pressure to actually do it if you want to just save it for B, and it looks like that might be the play call. New York has dealt with the flank once before, but now even Awakening is hitting the pinch. Florida, they are wasting no time pouring on the pressure, flooding through B and going on these flanks, but maybe that's an opportunity for Mack to try to start working that pressure over towards B. As this A point slowly but surely, New York able to secure.
Felt like quite a while to get that one done, but they get it done in the end. HyDra on a 3 spree, 11-8 overall. That nice kill. They transition their way across map. E zone starting to get captured a lot faster than the A zone, and that's going to be the 2 players on point. Here comes that artillery. Get them off it for a brief moment, if not outright kill them. There's the push right into the guns of Awakening. Matt goes down. Still Clay from up top window. Should be able to make some damage. Havoc though waiting for the lineup. HyDra, oh, can't get anything done there. York and Clay, the defense holds. 1 minute 33-ish on the clock. The Subliners picked apart one by one as Mutineers' defense works out.
Even still, though, you know, for New York, right, you get the artillery burned and you still have a minute and 20 to work with to actually capture this point, and they do have a tick of progression, so this is almost best case scenario for the Subliners outside of something miraculous. And well, now the push in through Kitchen. Neptune feeling the pressure, but pressure is not something he is fretful to deal with. Able to even get shots down on the next player. It is really just HyDra again by himself in Kitchen. Everyone else coming off spawn, and well, he's trying to cause problems, but right now Florida, they get the defensive setup that they want to try to lock down B. 2 players in Kitchen, 2 players around bedroom. And this is what New York needs to clear out before they have any opportunity to make happen. And Awaiting picks 2 up in the feed before HyDra can even think about finding this kill.
I love the angle there. He's playing there, but they line up for Neptune as he finds them back to back, gets himself a kebab. All on my mind chance after standoff. It's Clayster.
I'm so hungry now.
Clay's up next. Oh, nice shots from top bedroom. A little slow one for Clay, but Vets pull it back. 25 seconds left on the clock. Got to get a play going. In map control. Oh, nice shots from Havoc. This could be another round that goes their way. 2 players drop. It's all on Neptune. It's all on him. Slow and steady. Wins the race. Clay shuttles his way forward. Awakening's going to be on the heady now straight away, but Clay stops the clock at 12.1. Awakening, though, oh man, he's disgusting. He's just disgusting as the kills keep flowing. Can New York get on the point and stop the clock? They have to move, and once again, out of money they go, and straight into the jaws of the Mutineers, and that will be a 2-0 lead here in Control.
Great lead, early on. Still a long way to go. Again, we know New York is a team that even if they are down at times, certainly not out of it yet. They've dealt with the artillery and the cruise missile. Some pretty big factors as to why they lost each of the first 2 rounds. I think they've gotten everything off the board, so things are a little bit reset. But obviously they have a very long way to go, and frankly, you just got to start winning some of these AR gunfights, right? Awakening and Skies, respectively, 28 and 19 combined. Not too shabby. Clay and Mack struggling for the moment to try to get things going.
We've seen a couple of comebacks today in the Control game, or at least one comeback today. At range, gets it done against Awakening. First in, best dressed, gets the kill. They locks down backside of Kitchen, defense is good. Again, will make that way forward, trying to keep the Mutineers off the point. Awakening, though, is going to sneak on through. Will he hear anything? Will he spot anything? He didn't see the head of Asim, and he will pay for it. Asim from the slightly unorthodox position there manages to catch one, out and about, not able to get any more out of it, and chance. The first time we see a team manage to land the time on point, there it is, 54 frozen on the clock, and Clay get him off.
Well, Clay right now, again, he's basically just trying to do a little bit of damage or maybe surge his way forward. He wants to make the play. He's got a little bit of help, a teammate right behind him. Well, the play made pretty much perfectly. Clay finds 3 before he falls, and the man he was working with, Asim, set up, able to get down, or maybe not take it. Awakening. That gunfight is just different. Shout out to the headshot coming through for the Krig to win the gunfight, but all that, I mean, that 3-piece effectively just to slow things down a bit. Florida, I mean, they were right back on the point.
And that was a fast one. First segment gone. He's getting a little bit shaky. Still Havoc getting the job done there. Sky's on the back side of the ring. And New York not really offering to let this one go. There's 37 on the clock. Yeah, you might get 2 kills out of it, but you lose a lot of map control in the process. You lose those fights. Doesn't really weigh up. Mack's going to cut those players down. Now jumping on it. Oh, wow! They stop it! Oh, my God! They stop it! Pixel perfect! HyDra's there! He finds 1, he finds 2. Is there an ability to get this one done? No. Wow! Bought his teammates a couple more seconds, got a few more kills out of that one, and now NYSL with a slight life lead, going into the final B hit. And this is it for the Mutineers. 1 more zone and the map is theirs.
And keep in mind, though, you got what Asim is going to be top bedroom, and well, there's the strike. This is Florida. Very much a little bit of time to work with, right? A minute and 10 seconds, you get 2 good, maybe a 3rd kind of frantic push. So you get a little bit of time to work with, but they just have so much that they have to clear out. Asim just calling out all this information, keeping these players at bay, and well, you see the cuts he's got, right? His teammates double stacked up towards the middle of the map. Right now, Florida basically just stuck in their spawn. Awakening, though, trying to fight him out of it. Havoc wins a one-on-one as well. Now you have an opening on the map, but time is certainly ticking. Just 45 seconds left. Again, you get 2 pushes left at best for Florida.
See how this little dance goes. See the minimap there lighting up. As the Mutineers make their way forward. HyDra. Head chef whips up a couple there in the kitchen. Waking now, backing up Neptune as they make their way forward. Nade's going to slow them down only briefly. The obscure vision probably going to be more useful at that point in time. Final 20, Awakening in from behind. There's the contest. Big Wake, not out of the fight just yet. Might not even need the regen. Teammates are still here to help out. Fighting desperately from the outside of Tiki there. In and out of the pool he goes. Here come the rest of the squad chance. Final 10 seconds. Mutineers, can they get on it? Awakening still alive. There it is, 3.6 seconds. The clock is frozen. Last one, it's on Big Wake, and man, he did the work. Herculean effort, but there we go. NYSL finally get on the board.
That very well might be a round where at the end of that, New York is just saying, how hard is this man to kill? I mean, they don't have trophies. He's with the Krig being the entry man, dancing around the point, getting kills with the pistol. Awakening is certainly on one right now. Tough man to take down, but at the very least, again, New York, opportunity to work on the comeback certainly going to be available to them. 2 more rounds to go, though, and they certainly have to take one down on offense. Keep in mind, that was a round where Clayster was what? Maybe -5, -6, starts to turn things around. Mack was picking up some key kills as well. If you don't have to deal with a cruise missile and an artillery strike, New York makes that round that much easier. And, well, they are very quick to come over towards A. And Florida very quick to flank. Everybody working their way through. 2 players in the back arc, but they get dealt with, at least for the moment. Asim, the lone man on point. And, well, good luck in this situation. Tries to stay alive for as long as he can. Eventually going to get dropped. He's seemingly indestructible at times, Miles, I will say.
He did a really good job of staying alive. And in that time, look, Clay's got himself over the beat. Mack's there to back him up as well. You could see a segment captured here, potentially. Flash check doesn't find a whole lot. This nade should, but they're going to jump right into it. Havoc's tagged up. Clay. Oh, unlucky. Awakening once again. So strong in those individual gunfights. Here we go from HyDra, though. He may be feeling under the weather, but he's 21 and 19 so far. Mack on the back line. Second segment to be gone. Clay's hard work still profiting. Awakening goes down to Mack. Nice shots. And meanwhile, Clay, very objectively minded, straight over towards A he goes. And that's going to be the second segment at A gone. Oh my, the defense starting to crumble here for the Mutineers. And chance you capture A, you got yourself 2 minutes and 14 to work with. Loads of lives. This should be interesting.
Those lives and a ton of progression as well on the flip side of the map. I mean, you can really just take your time and clear out whatever part of the map you want, right? Right now, you got number 7 and 8, Mack and HyDra, working to clear out bedroom. And it's right now Sky is just playing a tricky little spot up top. They haven't found anything. I think Awakening got the call. This guy just needs a little bit of help, and he delivers. Ooh. Picks up a big 2-piece, and, well, you retain control for now, but even still, 1:45 on the clock, where Mack and HyDra fall, well, the other duo, working their way through kitchen.
Oh, no.
It's going to be Asim and Clay, who almost get dealt with immediately by Awakening. Always in the action, but I get a couple split kills across the map. Asim looking to be the playmaker, and so far, so good. Staying alive inside of money.
And he's good. Wins them fights. But Skies is doing a great job. Awakening with the coverage. You cannot take care of the bedroom play. Havoc's hit spawn. Managed to take 1 with him. That's good enough for now. Mutineers are the life lead. Asim once again wins another ridiculous 1v1 gunfight. Awakening's trying to slow these players down, but a lot of them have already slipped the net and got past him. Asim, though, up close and personal. Awakening now going up against Mack. Almost wins it. Across the map you now go, but once again, sneaky Clay leads the charge. HyDra in hand, and they are in back kitchen. They're in back basketball, and here they go. Onto the point. The perfect pinch from Mack. This could be it from the New York Subliners. Can they hold it? Top bedroom still wide open. A few more moments. Wow, what a long route that was, Chance, but it paid off. 2-2, final round. Here we go.
And you just have to give so much credit to Asim for that round. I mean, frankly, throughout the entire series, he was picking up a couple kills. Whether or not he got him right there, it doesn't make a difference towards the end. But, I mean, I think Asim, picking up the 2 pieces inside art to buy his team a little bit of clearance. He was inside of kitchen earlier on, picking up also 2 pieces for a little bit of clearance. But he also wins a 1v1 gunfight against Skies that I'm fairly certain shut down the streaks, right? Skies, for a good chunk of that round, was inside of a top bedroom, causing all sorts of problems. Asim, at some point towards the tail end of that round, takes him down. So Asim, key gunfights, he is winning all over the place.
Howdy doody, welcome back to the next round, and it is a bloodbath already. Havoc, back and forth he goes. Asim, oh my god, what a shot.
Key gunfights.
Key gunfights, every time. Mack's winning a nice one in middle as well, to make Zig a little bit more dangerous. Key gunfights. Guys, I think he kind of gave up towards the end of that one. It was a little different as he made his way forward. Now Neptune Gets the best of HyDra there by Pillars. Now onto the A zone we go. The Clay take care of him. There's a couple of players now from the Florida Mutineers locking this one down. Awakening's got the right flank covered, and you've got yourself Skies watching the back. Here we go. Big plays as Neptune pushes the front line forward. First segment A gone. Second one is about to be a thing of the past.
And they don't even want to stack this point. They want to buy themselves time to maybe make a play. Maybe give the other team an opportunity to really make a play on you, right? 2 players end up one shot, now you're getting hunted. You have not secured this A point, and New York has fought for this before, might be fighting for it once again. The contest is through. Havoc looking for some kills, and he's going to be able to pick them up. 2 big ones just to secure the point. You sell the idea, just trying to slow the pace and maybe buy a little bit of map control, but as it stands right now, 2 minutes Florida has to work with. How many times have we been in this situation on a map like Raid Control? You get all the time in the world just to try to capture B, but the same problems you got to work with, right? Get these players out of kitchen, get these players out of bedroom, and you're just looking for that one clean break, and you're good to go.
You was one of the keys to victory was get creative in the respawns. Now you've got plenty of time to do so, Florida. Show me what you got in kitchen. Oh my word. I was thinking about the cross up there. Neptune almost had it on the Clay, going for that beatdown at close range, but the nade from Asim gets the job done instead. And YSL still holding the defense. Mack should win this one. There you go. Bedroom control, massive now for New York.
And again, Mack, I mean, he's just found his new home. He's taking out his lease and making sure he pays rent to stay up there for as long as possible. Fairly awkward map right now as well, because Neptune's actually found his way his money. It doesn't look like New York has any idea. Well, now they're certainly aware. Asim going to turn around, but Neptune, he's got a little bit of help from Awakening as well. I mean, you have Florida effectively trying to trap New York in. And again, it just comes down to that one clean break that they're looking to get. And well, Havoc strikes for the first blood. Bedroom's still a problem. Well, an off angle, enough to take down Skies. And Awakening can't win the 2-piece. It's Clayster that picks up the big kills, but Florida, they got past Bedroom. That is job number 1 done. As they are starting to accrue this time. That first tick, almost through.
Almost through. Mack's got to go big here and kill Neptune. Here comes the help, though. HyDra's going to help. Skies on the flank. Skies! Skies! One done. Asim's tagged up. That could be it. The quick contest there is, oh my god, Asim, key gunfights, manages to get one player off the point. Was that enough time, though, to get the defenders forward? No, the last one there. My god, chance. Almost. Almost. Unbelievable plays out of both teams, but just so much time to work with in the kills department for the Mutineers is going to be what really seals it. There we go. What a series this is, mate. We're going the distance time and time again. I am sweating bullets right now. It has to be said.
And you got to bring it up as well, right? You have Florida Mutineers 0-5 on this map, and it takes a lot to make it happen, right? It's Skies with the perfect opening break to start that first round to get those streaks. It was the cruise missile that helped them win the first round, the artillery that helped them win the second. They needed a little something extra to get that dub, but they absolutely got it. And maybe some of those control woes for New York to continue, right? It's not like the kills are a problem. It's just those final moments of the game, or final moments, potentially just rounds where they just end up getting that setup broken. But Florida putting in work. Now just one map away. And again, this is going to be potentially a series for Florida where they can look back at later in the year and be like, this is where we started to pop off as Awakening. Jesus, man, 7K damage to his name. Despite the fact that he went negative, he was certainly menacing on the map. A difficult man to deal with.
My God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Raid Control comes to an exciting conclusion. Florida now with the lead in the series. We come back. After this quick commercial break, we're playing another hardpoint. Between these two titans, it is sure to be a treat. We'll see you after the break.
Awakening. He's been so good.
And it's your boy, Big Wake, once again getting the job done. Big Wake, is he able to get this kill? Oh, Awakening! Oh my goodness! Awakening now looking for that second. He's ravenous on the hunt, and he can just about get it.
That's a massive gunfight win.
And it's Awakening, the unkillable, the Mega Wake.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the presence of greatness as we're thoroughly enjoying some brilliant Call of Duty in this series so far. Big Wake on your screen, putting up 7,000 damage in that last map, Raid Control. Clayster finding his inner peace before he goes to war once again on Checkmate Hardpoint, coming up in just a brief moment. But before we get through that, let's take a look at the pair of absolute units. One, a veteran. The other, a true rookie. I mean, what, last year was his debut year, but it's been pretty sweet so far. Chance, what do you make of these two absolute maniacs?
It's honestly kind of impressive how comparable those are. I would say Clay, I think he's had like a tale of like a few different stages, and honestly Awakening maybe somewhat of a similar story, right? Like always fairly consistent work out of these two. It certainly feels like Awakening's more menacing on the map, but then Clay is just the guy who like, he just wins. So like it is just hard to really just even pick like who you'd prefer in any given situation. But Clay making a case, man, he's had a phenomenal year. And it's just a fun battle that we have had so far throughout the day. Both teams making plays all over the map. I think Asim has been putting in work with some key gunfights. Awakening, obviously, a guy doing the exact same thing. It's been a fun day so far, Miles, I gotta say.
Mate, we're going to actually have a quick look now at some real S&D numbers. We did make a slight mistake. Chance, I believe you called this one out. We were looking at hardpoint stats and the S&D graphic, not S&D stats. So here are the real Search and Destroy stats now for the Florida Mutineers. Again, Havoc is not way down at the bottom, but he's still 28, so there you go. But again, for the rest of the squad, a very, very different look. Chance, trust your gut. Let's get you a lotto ticket or something today, mate.
Yeah, no, like seeing Havoc at 52, it seems strange. Seeing HyDra #1 for the S&D KD, I was like, wait a minute, this seems like slightly off. It even for like Awakening being low, it was a little bit all over the place, but even still, it's sort of like a similar story, right? Havoc, it's not like his KD is phenomenal, lighting it completely up, but it is very much, he makes plays on the map. He is a high impact player. And of course, on the flip side, Clayster being the standout. And even for KDs, the 1.04, I think doesn't tell the entire story for like HyDra, right? He starts out with like the 0.46, 0.48, whatever it's been. And as soon as like he realized, oh, this is an issue with the new team, we got to get this ironed out, he has almost transformed his S&D gameplay, at least so far in the CDL. So great stuff on the flip side. And if you have your memory completely on point for the KDs we showed earlier on, well, we're going to the hardpoint. So remember those, right? Havoc hasn't always had the best performances in the hardpoint. And of course, HyDra on the flip side, absolutely the man that needs to be shut down. Take down HyDra, win the hardpoints against this New York team who, despite the fact that they lost earlier on, 14-3 now overall for their hardpoint record, at least with this current roster. They are certainly confident and prepared to try to get this checkmate hardpoint victory, but this, I believe, is going to be Florida's map pick. It's a 3-7 record on this map, but very much a record that doesn't tell the entire story. I think the theme for them was in scrims. They were phenomenal on this map, and they just were never able to translate it into the actual CDL gameplay. And I think they might have started off 0-7, so they've certainly started to turn things around. A map where I'm expecting this to, just like it has been the entire series, Miles, gonna be a battle.
A true battle, against both teams have really been going at each other quite hard. We promised you a fun one, pals, and you're getting it. We love some good Call of Duty here. And again, shout out to all of you and the viewers who have stuck through this long, exciting day. It's been a fun one, and I've got a funny feeling they ain't over just yet. But again, back and forth, I mean, very few of these gunfights have actually seen the opponents. You've barely been able to look them in the whites of the eyes. As the shots have been out and the wall bangs are coming through, but finally, the Mutineers will take that point. HyDra now trying to make the entry through the back of the plane skies. Gets it done through the wall again. 3-0 for him. Nice start out of the Mutineers. And oh, Havoc is on the route. Oh, here he goes. Hi, Clay. I'm in your back. I got the spawns at the back once my teammates kill the rest of you. And that is that. The collapse is almost done. Mack's still alive. He's going to be a problem for now, Chance. But man, Mutineers looking good off the rip.
And you got to say, Havoc's actually played that perfectly as well, right? With the positioning he does where he dips into this like back orange building and then just immediately doubles back and goes towards NASA. Well, he baited Mack to try to follow suit and go all the way back here, but you set Mack up just for the big play. He's able to take down all three to make it a 4 spree to lock down the spawns and the cheeky routes, all to avail. You get nothing out of it. You get New York right back in the game. Mack, talk about the big plays early on that New York is going to need. Well, he absolutely delivers for the team.
And it's like just when you think the play's been made, you're like, I've done it! No, you have not. Awakening, though, when you think you've won a gunfight against Big Wake, you're like, I got him! You have not. He pulls out the magic. Decent time should be going the way now of the York Subliners. Again, this hard point, they fought tooth and nail over. Once again, Havoc's in from behind. Here he is on your screen. Hi, I'm Havoc, and I hit the flank, baby. Spawns are there. 15 seconds will be going their way, and again, they've got a little bit of a journey across map to get back to the center of the plane for the next hard point, but all these little bits of, these little moments, man, these little pieces of time that go their way, the scrap, if you will, it just adds up in a massive way. Mutineers starting to push this lead further and further forward.
Starting to push the lead a little bit forward, but they also get doubled up in the top of the plane. So right now, Havoc, well, he's thinking about a few different things, maybe trying to push through and maybe try to flip those spawns a little bit long term, but now the fight is underneath the plane. And this is one of those hills from the start of the year that every single team had problems with it. And New York was one of the first teams that really showed how to get it done. Right now, so far, it is a little bit scrappery, but you can see why, right? A couple players spawn out, New York take care of business, find Neptune, get the kill, and now your focus returns to the actual point. All these SMGs, man, whether it's Havoc or Neptune, trying to make these tricky plays, the Subliners giving them absolutely nothing to work with.
Yeah, NYSL not giving a whole lot. Now the clock starts to really tick in their favor before that one player gets cleaned up. But while this is all going down, let's have a quick listen on the comms. Let's go for an Astro Gaming listen-in with the New York Subliners.
P5, I got that kid P5.
Under A wing, dead. I'm going to new. Come on.
I have A.
Yeah, I need him. He's new. I need him.
I have the cross.
He's A search.
I have the cross.
He blew up my choking. Hold on.
I'm holding plane.
Can they flip behind us?
Yeah, careful.
I'm backing up, dude.
And they definitely get
one's upstairs.
One B wing on me, dude. Top B wing. Hitting you top lane. Top B wing. Hitting you top lane.
Did they be a search?
Flip.
Wait, half flip. Play all this time.
I'll play
one top tower, one back there.
Top tower.
I'm gonna chill their side.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, one's not side.
Close left, cold, very weak.
Top A wing.
Low one shot in the corner behind the pillar, guys.
I'm coming P2,
Good fucking play, good job. One.
Oh, two in hill.
Mystery Caesar, dead.
Two in hill, guys.
Virgie, I'm waiting.
Guys, I'm here with you, Mack.
I'm going to slide.
For trophy.
Top
lane.
Look, man. He's
on
on the box.
He's under your wing. One's great, guys.
Dark and under A wing. Back A long and putting you A cut. There's two.
Hitting A cut.
20, guys.
There's two guys. Okay.
One shot,
Caesar's back long.
These are dead.
Nice, we got to play for
Under B wing behind you. I got him too.
Alright.
I'm in you guys.
Okay, I heard you.
There's running back radio or back tower. Back tower, I think. Back tower.
Heading across front.
Wall.
I'm gonna cut across front.
Push him.
I have it one shot in time.
Inwood, side wood. I'm holding your wood. I'm studying across.
Ran out of wood, one shot.
I'm missing one after that. I'm missing one.
Backstairs, dead.
Back walls, two back walls, one back wood. Back walls and back wood, guys.
I'm challenging radio.
Oh, wood wall, jump down. Nice. Two radio.
Top tower again. Top tower.
You know what, need.
Both weak behind pillar, guys. Both weak behind pillar. One top tower, two weak behind pillar. Kill the trophy.
One top plane.
You guys can need. There's two in hills.
A long, guys. Awakening A long. Half health.
A long weak. They're gonna be top lane.
We're gonna start to flip if we die.
They're gonna be top lane. I'm trying
to
play for one.
Top
B wing, challenge.
B wing dead. One shot B wing.
One shot top B wing.
He killed me ladder, man. He's mannequin.
Awakening still A long, right?
I don't see.
Underplane.
I spawned behind them. I'm spawning behind them.
Okay.
Pallets.
Røkkr dead.
Ran underplane.
Yeah, I have him underplane. Underplane dead.
Havoc.
He's spawning behind me.
Plane.
He's spawning behind me. I'm gonna keep going.
One's a new.
Awakening's back wall. I'm still on this.
Many. He's only one in here.
I'm playing for this guy.
One shot.
Two backstairs. They push me. One more back.
Not a bad sounding bit of comms there, Chance, from NYSL. They are trailing somewhat, with Mutineers now in control of the hard point as we get into our next set of rotations. NYSL, though, looking to bounce back.
And I would just say, like, a moment for me, right, in the Astro Gaming listening is HyDra calling out like we're missing one. Funnily enough, teams against Florida have an average of 7.4. We're missing 1 call-outs per game. Florida, always tricky players to actually be able to find, but as it stands, if you found them all, you know they're going to be trying to flood in through this hill or trying to flip around those spawns. Florida, a very long way to go across this map before they can even sneeze at trying to get that P2 hill. Neptune maybe with a couple routes to stay alive inside the actual airplane, but the moves towards the actual point, still a long way to go. Clayster winning some important gunfights up towards that A-bomb.
I'm an aggressive Neptune stan. Just like little moments like that. Trusting your teammates, nice little play call, trying to break play in different ways. Love to see that out of the Mutineers. Great stuff either way. They will get the break. They still have about a 30-point lead, but NYSL, once again, now they've got themselves that P2. No Havoc to deal with this time round, but they do have to get through Awakening front line. And my God, does he not just bulldoze his way forward every single time? Clay's going to run on that Semtex. He's dead. Awakening! Oh my word. Asim will get it. So actually, you know what? Havoc got the kill on Awakening. Awakening almost managed to make it 3 in that position.
That can take Awakening down. Pretty much his teammates doing the work. Havoc trying to make up for it, though. You better pick up a sneaksy, treaksy 2-piece. Looking for a couple more players, and at the very least, they're just causing a ton of problems for New York. They've basically just been getting spawn killed. Even if they've been able to accrue some of this time, the guns for Florida getting hot. Havoc on a 4. I mean, maybe thinking about some streaks or maybe just going to get chopped down immediately. Either way, though, you get your ARs posted up in the power positions. If there's any way to lock down this hill, spawn killing is absolutely the way to go, but Asim deals with Awakening immediately. Back and forth game, man. You got to give credit, though, to Florida. Playing well so far on checkmate, making New York work for each and every point.
Man, this is a stressful game. There's a 10-point difference right now, but that is about to evaporate. Back on point. But we can hold this one down again. Look at the spawns again across the map all over the place right now. NYSL trying to get coverage towards the next hard point as well, but they're still spawning out by blue. See if they can get across to that one, get into the mix as fast as possible. Lead change now. Back it will go. Florida Mutineers not letting this one go quietly again. This is match point for Florida. They win the hard point, they win the series. That clean 3 down. Oh, that's a bad look. Clay, though, battling out a spawn. Not much more you can do in Havoc on a 4 spree now. Mutineers looking to go big here. Next hard point's up.
Oh, wow, they just got the spawn out, though. HyDra, he ends up spawning up back blue. Florida, they're not going to be able to read this. They have no idea, but HyDra shooting at players now. Sky's able to stay alive, but that is the man that Florida needs to take down, and they cannot do it. New York will take what they can get. If it's a spawn to make it happen, they will absolutely use that to their advantage. But now Havoc, well, he's on a 5 spree. It might be a situation where you need some streaks, but he's going to get shot in the back, or he's going to turn and burn. Can't make it happen. And HyDra, whether it be a spawn or the kills, the hero for the team. New York potentially on this hill, able to take the lead, and, well, you keep them spawned in the back. They might be able to start to run away with this game. These are massive 2 hills back to back.
Unbelievable, the fact that like 10 points to separate these 2 teams now for seemingly so long. HyDra, quick contest. Dispatches Skies quite quickly. Still has his teammates to back him up here. We have to now hit that rotation, though, and that's where Neptune is. Over towards the next hard point. A tough one again. If you don't have trophies, which I'm not sure, we'll see how we go. If anyone's got a trophy for NYSL to get in here, but it's going to be the push through the back. Neptune, 1v2 situation. Going to try to lock this one down. He's been here before. Man, he made a meal of that one, but in the end, they will kill him. Awakening, though, now trying to deal the damage from the side. Not able to get it done. Hardpoint may be in the hands of the Mutineers, but the map coverage and the spawns, that's what the Subliners have got for now. There's the break from behind. Neptune from the front, not able to get much more done. And with that chance, the lead goes back to the Subliners. The pendulum swings once again. What a hard point this is.
And I think Clayster might have just gotten that trophy down in the nick of time to keep himself alive. Awakening, though, he's found an opening to go on the flank. He's able to find the first. Trying to read the pressure for the gunfights and does enough to buy Skies enough time to come in and get the kill. Florida battling from the front, the back, for spawns, for breaks, whatever it's going to be, they are here. Skies 30 kills to his name. Havoc on the flip side, just doing damage, causing problems, looking for openings, and Neptune doing the same. Incredibly annoying players to have to deal with, but as it stands, I mean, in my mind, effectively a tied-up game. I don't know if either team is going to be able to win this one on this P1 hill, and maybe the rotation is going to make the difference, or maybe just timing. Mack might have a free kill to shoot this player's back. Actually, no. Sky's off spawn, able to take him down. So Florida right now with a fairly sizable advantage, at least for the rotations.
Once again, the lead changes yet again. NYSL now at the time. No one able to really walk away with much. We are in the business end of the game now. There's no more time for this back and forth shenanigans. Unable to break the contest right now as the stalemate continues. HyDra no. Manages to find one more. 27 and 22 overall for him. Having a great game despite feeling a little unwell going into this one. And you have to tip the cap. Clayster now looking to get control of that right-hand side of the map. Could this be the breaking moment for NYSL? Clay checks every corner. Mack's going to be on the point as well. And Asim holding the top alone. 10 seconds remain on this hard point. Rotations are underway. NYSL can close out the map here.
Got a decent chunk of that P1 time. You're able to flip the spawns. New York has done all of the difficult work. Now it's just about making sure you win the gunfights from inside the point. Pressure's coming on though, because Skies, you talk about the route man being the AR, found the opening to slip through. The kills just go their way. It's two players right now that are able to just get inside, break it from the front, get Awakening in the hill, and let this man go to work.
Incredibly frustrating to play against him. HyDra though in the back line. Managed to find one. HyDra's on a 5 spree now. Skies gets pinched on point. Havoc though still alive in the back. Takes care of Mack as well. And the trades are there for Clay. It's now a foot race to get onto the point. A few seconds differentiating between these two teams, but you have to get on it. You've got to hold the point for a little bit longer, boys. Rotation's already underway. Chance to Asim loses the gunfight down low. Here we go, 10 points for the win. Can the Subliners finally get this one done? Can they finally break the cycle and force to game 5? 5 seconds to go. Florida still with a chance to get the contest. No, they're going to hold them back. Game 5. Here we go. What a ridiculous hard point that was. Did we take a moment to just breathe that one in? How back and forth that truly was. How many times did the lead change? 100? What in the name of all things COD? I'm on my feet for that. Here we go, friends. Game 5.
And just the number of high-level plays being made across the board from both teams, ridiculous stuff, right? I mean, New York found themselves in a situation where they get the bad spawns, have to try to bully out P1 and flip the spawns. They do that. All of a sudden, you start getting broken from the front. Someone's got to make the big play, and you had HyDra playing his life, hiding in the back spawn for, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 seconds, just avoiding the gunfights. Ends up popping out, poking his little hat out, finding the 2-piece to try to get that opening for his team. Just a high-level play. Havoc basically doing the exact same thing. Also finds a 2-piece, but New York able to hold on. Ridiculous plays the entire time. Take your pick about what you want to break down. I believe we get the final 45 seconds, and this is going to be the moment where you actually see him right now. HyDra, that is 2 players that he just let slip past because he is buying his teammates time to actually start the movements. And you see that Havoc had some sort of an idea but couldn't find him, and as soon as HyDra strikes, picks up 2. The response from Havoc doesn't make a difference because of how much time HyDra actually buys. I mean, he's getting spawns in back blue earlier on to make some breaks earlier on, but it is just high-level Call of Duty. We are at that time of the year where every single map between two teams like this, it's just going to be a bloodbath. But New York, they keep that hardpoint record on point. And of course, we wouldn't have it any other way. It comes down to a game number 5.
Player reactions here. Well, friends, game 5 is on the other side of this quick commercial break. What a series this has been, and we know the finish is going to be something special. Ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. When we come back, game 5, Florida Mutineers, New York Subliners. We'll be right back. Game 5, an exciting conclusion to what has been a ridiculous series here in the Call of Duty League. The Florida home series is still going, and man, our hosts have certainly brought the fight to the New York Subliners. The NYSL, they managed to pull this one back, and now we've got a Game 5. Here we go. HyDra may be feeling a little sick, and I'm seeing it on the Twitter feed right now. Nubs is tweeting about it, saying that he may be sick, but he is saving maps. Asim's playing out of his mind, and these are the Game 5 stats, Chance, this season so far. What do you make of it?
I think one of the most absurd stats potentially we have in the entirety of the league is the fact that Florida has only gone to 3 Game 5s. Like, they've played what, like, I don't know, 20 series throughout the entirety of the year. I don't know what it means. Like, they're just either winning 3-0 or 3-1 or losing 3-0 or 3-1 for the most part. Like, it's sort of meaningless. It just catches me off guard. It's sort of surprising, but either way, as far as Game 5, obviously New York is on point. Florida's record not too shabby, and even when it comes to search and destroy, the exact same thing can be said, right? Like, the difference that we had on the standoff for map 2, that 6-3 win doesn't tell the whole story. If Neptune's grenade or his Semtex just does a little bit more damage, who knows how differently that game could go. It is 2 teams down to the wire. I mean, what? 16 points in the first Hardpoint, a round in the control where like the score streaks were what made the difference. A spawn here or a big play from HyDra there in the Game 4 is what makes the difference. It is very much 2 teams playing incredibly high level Call of Duty, making plays all over the map. Whoever makes the bigger play wins. That's been the story, and well, yeah, speaking to the high level Call of Duty, speaking to a guy that's making the plays for game number 2, it was Asim that delivered for New York and got his team that win.
A very, very different looks though going to Express. This is a social soundboard powered by Astro, and hey, Tyler, Jake, we're with you. We're all with you. One of the best hardpoints we've seen all season. Unbelievable stuff. You could pick that one apart for hours. We'll see you on the flank later, friends, no doubt about it. A lot of fun to be had in that matchup, but we've still got that search and destroy just around the corner. Players are warmed up, ready to go. Man, I can't wait. What is going to happen? What could happen in this series, in this matchup now? We've seen it all, man. We've seen a little bit of everything. That 6-3 on standoff was a very, very different look because of those streaks, those little individual moments. And now, Express, close it out. Oh my God, I am honestly soaking wet. I'm so sweaty in this hoodie. I made a mistake. I know I look fun, but I've made a mistake. Let's get it, Game 5.
Yeah, 74 degrees right now for me too. I'm soaking wet in more ways than one, but this is a map where both teams have a ton of experience on this map, right? I think, New York, it's like their 9th or 10th time having to play it. For Florida, this is 11th time for Florida and the 9th time for New York. A ton of reps, a ton of experience, and obviously a ton of homework you can do off the opposition. Florida, I think we've seen this from them quite a few times, right? Play very aggressive over towards that B point. If you don't see anything, rat back immediately. And keep in mind, there's no trophies right now, and maybe the trophies don't make the difference. Awakening gets a first blood that admittedly does get traded out. And it looks like HyDra, no nades coming through, able to get this bomb down.
Fun. HyDra already on his feet before that thing got put down. There's Havoc. Ooh, he's going in. Bit corners. Guy's got the top window covered. Not a lot of time to work with, but special. Getting cooked up. Max hurt. 37 HP. Run for it. HyDra looking to find the players up close. Managed to find a bit of damage. Not able to get the kill though. Now Clay on the flank. Skies though from up high. 20 seconds left. HyDra last player left up. It's a 1v2. This is for the kill and the defuse. How will HyDra play this? They're going to go left. He's going to go right. When they zigs, he zags. The man has made the read. Neptune's on the defuse. And here we go. Oh, Skies with the early defense. The body block and the kill. No time to get it done, and you'd love to see it. What an opening round.
Oh my God, the reads from Skies completely on point. Not even just for the kill on HyDra, but even for the kill on Clay, right? He just sits back, waits to develop. They don't have enough information for him to do anything crazy. And as soon as Clay gets that, well, not first blood, but gets that pick, Skies is there for the response. Then they make sure they clear out the train side of the map. And Skies is like, well, I guess really there's 2 more places he could be. Lockers is most likely. Let's roam in that area. It turns out to be the perfect play call. And again, this is going to be the difference maker in so many of these rounds. Just who can make that the higher IQ read play, whatever it's going to be. Big plays win games. Skies delivers for round number 1. Because it looks like this bomb going to get planted for free. They got the trophy down.
Trophy saved the day once again. Very, very similar setup from both teams. A bit more players to work with, though, on either side. And here we go on the retake. Asim up close. Back with the long-range coverage. 30 seconds left. Team's going to dodge the nade. Charges out, though, and a couple of players. That tag's going to slow him down. Here comes the rest of the subliners, though. Clay wins the gunfight in the middle. First blood goes his way. Looking to find another one. Big tag! Nice shot over the top. That's going to be another one. Havoc now the last player left alive. And is it going to be Clay to get it? Oh, no. Team gets it, but that's not a problem as the defuse is done. And wow, what a bit of work from the subliners. NYSL, they tie things up 1-1.
What a bit of work from the subliners, and especially so from Clayster. I would assume he's going to be the guy that gets that best play towards the end. And, well, big reason why. Nice nade for the damage. Clayster, you see, he is at a quarter HP when that happened. So perfect Semtex, and then Asim might have been putting in pressure through the under window, forcing Skies out the other side, just right into Clay's line of sight. And again, talk about the little things being the difference maker, right? That's Semtex doing enough damage to get Awakening that week. If Awakening gets that kill, well, it'd be Florida up 2-0 right now. The devil's in the details, and Clay.
We've seen this one. We've seen this one before, man. This is the FaZe special. This is the we're sitting in spawn, let them come, but that's not worked out. A delayed hit, though, Chance. They're going to now mosey on through to B. Not a soul in sight. What are the Mutineers going to do?
Did you say the FaZe special or the Clay special?
Well, it's Clay with the FaZe special. I actually said both, yeah. Remember, we did this against Atlanta FaZe in the finals last time.
Leah just ran in the dog's hand like, no, get back to spawn. This is the play. But other way I have to say is it's Florida with a massive retake coming in through the hallway. And, well, they deliver. Nate's trying to help him out, but Clay, even in the odds, all of that just for a 2v2 and Havoc and Skies repositioning, or maybe just trying to cause a little bit of concern. Mack looking around and Clay looking around as well, and they just timed that out perfectly.
Oh my god. Havoc, though, pushed forward. Clay gets tagged up. Big damage, though. Big damage. Able to get the kill, though. The nade lands. Havoc's already in the defuse. Can Mack get an elbow or something? Mack, go! Run, Mack! You've got to get the kill. Havoc lands it with just enough time. Oh my god. Another wild round. Search and destroy.
And I'm just going to make this my theme of like how the smallest things are the difference makers right now. Clayster, who was watching that hallway for, 10, 15 seconds, whatever it was, after already gets a kill, like Havoc and Skies just timed that out perfectly. As soon as Clayster's like, well, they're not coming from this direction. If they're wrapping around, let me reposition. And the timing for him could not have been worse. And the timing for Havoc could not have been better. As soon as he swoops in on the steps, finds that kill that, of course, in the end, it's a small difference maker, but helps them win that round. We're 3 rounds in, and every single one has just been an absolute gauntlet. Florida once again leaning towards the safe side, and well, New York, they're going to meet them here.
2 of them here to hold it. Havoc, a lot of noise getting upstairs. Mack and HyDra down low. Guns are up. Only facing one way for the time being, though. Now we're going to start to shuffle about a little bit. Neptune's trying to play the very, very edge of that ladder. Havoc watching the flank as well. Skies and Awakening, the AR duo on the other side there as well. And this is tense. This is a tense one, mate.
And Mack for sure heard these players drop down as well, but it does make a difference if you can hear them. If the nades are used perfectly. First blood for Florida, and well, Asim trying to reposition. No flanks are coming through, so you do have a 3v3 sort of on site right now. New York, this is their opportunity to strike.
Oh, Havoc strikes indeed. The first kill goes his way. 3v2 now. Asim could go. Oh my god, Asim could go massive. Oh, he stuck him as well. Asim has gone huge. Now it's the 1v1. It's Clay. Gone up against Big Wake, and he wins it. Oh my god. Not many gunfights though you win against Big Wake, and Clay's certainly struggled this series so far, but about time.
And I've got one theme, Miles, and I'll just do this every single round. The difference maker in that, Asim just getting the stick is the difference maker. Sees the 2 players up top. If he doesn't get that stick with the Semtex, it's now a 1v2 Clayster is going to be in. And again, I mean, maybe he clutches, maybe he doesn't, but just the smallest of things being the difference maker. Now it is just the flood over towards B. The nades up top, maybe to get Havoc weaker. Neptune trying to be aggressive, gets his head ripped off by Asim. At least gets the credit. Assuredly, he had help with the gunfight. And well, Havoc getting out of dodge, going on a flank.
Havoc in his natural habitat. Mack and Skies have a real awkward fight through the elevator, but someone had to win it. Havoc is still going. Oh my god. Chance. Oh my god. Damage, damage, damage. No kill. Sticky gets destroyed by the trophy system. The battle now raging, and Havoc, oh my god, he's still pushing. He has not stopped going forward. And he goes into his grave. 4v1 now. If he'd managed to get 2 kills there, that'd have been preposterous, but the pinch in from the Subliners. Now the table's slowly turning. 1 round advance.
Okay, and you know, this is more of just a dominant round for New York, so I can't do it every single time, but really just solid stuff. Good gunfights win by Mack, and I would say probably one of the better attempts at clutching a 2v4 from Havoc, right? Obviously massively overextends to look for the kills, but it's a 2v4. You need the kills. You get players tagged up. It was certainly a good try. New York just making sure they play it nice and safe. Don't give anything away. In New York, that was a 4-man stack over towards B. And Florida, again, just playing around these timings through the middle of the map.
Just keeps happening, man. Havoc not on the good end of it that time. Asim full regen now, back and fighting fit. Or Awakening happier to take that fight with the red dot on his Krig. Oh, big wakes for the sub. There you go. Makes it a bit weirder. 4-man hit now for NYSL through the back towards the A bomb site on defense. Florida will beat them there. Will Skies be able to contest with what? 2? 3 of them. As Asim gets closer and closer. Here we go. Trophies are out. Nades are there. Neptune's hurt. The fight is on.
I don't know if the fight's going to be on. I think Florida actually trying to pump the brakes a little bit. If they can find a pick, great. If not, it might just be up to Awakening to make a play. He's going to be going on a full flank, but keep in mind, we saw him with a 74U in hand. If you try to go towards that catwalk, those are incredibly difficult gunfights to win. And Neptune, I was going to say, he's trying to plant this bomb. I mean, you're running out of time, but there's just nothing right now Florida can do.
Clay. Always another one from top train. Awakening's up next. 1v4. Surely. Punish him out now. 10 seconds on the clock. Not enough to get anything done. NYSL, that was a big one to win.
And effectively dominant rounds. New York taking no prisoners, playing no games. They get that first blood, and eventually it might take another 5 or 6 seconds, but once no gunfights are coming through, they just say, hey, everybody wrap back. If they go to A, that's great. We'll be there for it. If not, we have the man advantage. They're playing as mistake-free as you possibly could. Asim, once again, having a fantastic game of Search and Destroy, and Clayster right there with them. 7-3 and 7-2, respectively, as New York mixing things up. 4-stack over towards A.
Yep. First time I've seen this for a bit. Everyone on a bit of a spree right now. Neptune. 1 to his name. Nice work. The pinch is on still. Mack. Nice job to take care of that player without hitting the seam, even on the other side of that wall. 3v3. 3v1.
Oh, there you go.
That was a nice shot punch to the skies now. This 1v2 situation, Clay pressing the advantage, damage dealt at range. Subliners. This is it. Match point. They have gone wild here on Express. Round after round. Chance, come on. Come on. Florida. What a day it has been. What a series it has been. Pull this one back for the fans. Give us a round 11. The series deserves
you might
it.
want the round 11. New York wants nothing to do with that. I mean, they're showing right now they are, what, second best team in the game? Why they are dominant, why they can make these late game comebacks or just turn up in a game number 5. Still potentially a long way to go. A double flank right now coming through. HyDra and Asim. We saw some of their teamwork on Standoff. Impeccable stuff. They were thinking about it before. I think right now they're just waiting to make moves. You see the idea from New York, just a 2-2 split, trying to trap these players in. And Awakening, there's a lot of spots that he has to watch for the full flank, and HyDra, depending on the timing, might find the opening. Awakening, I don't know what kind of vision he's going to get on this.
No, unlucky for him. Asim wins the shot punch. Nades are out. Damage dealt. Bomb is down, though. New York have to hit the defuse. 2-2 split. Perfect pinch now on the bomb site. Clay from up high. Again, perfect awareness now from Clay. Pressing that advantage. HyDra through mid-tracks. Oh, my word. Florida's trying to isolate one side of the flanks, and it's not going to work out. Skies are up high. What a 2-piece. The damage dealt again, as Havoc's going to be there. And now it's a 2v2. Asim cutting through mid-trains. HyDra's on the flank as well. The pinch once again. And HyDra and Asim get it done. Wow. Asim with a unbelievable series out of him, man. I mean, he was playing for his life. 11-4 there. In both of the Search and Destroys, he goes God mode. That is unreal stuff out of the Subliners. And HyDra has definitely earned himself a little bit of a break after today, man. We hope he's feeling better. He's playing like a monster. NYSL get it done in Game 5. It was no round 11, but it was bloody spectacular nonetheless.
I mean, just a ridiculous series where, again, the big plays are going to be the difference maker. And Asim lives for those moments, man. Got to make the cerebral plays, and he does it just all the time. And frankly, even just the break towards the end, or like the bomb site retake from York, almost everything is done perfectly. Whether or not HyDra is at 100%, I mean, you just got what? The trap is in. They make sure they clear everything out. Make sure, all right, they have to be in match with middle trains. We'll clear that out, check. And even though Skies almost makes the big play as well, the Storm eventually too much. Florida came to play. I mean, yes, they lose this series, but they're still vying potentially for the top spot in the group standings. I think they're going to need New York to end up losing at some point, but Florida, again, potentially setting themselves up for just a spectacular stage 4. Fortunately for them, well, Express, as good as they have been, New York, again, it just seems like they flipped that switch, right? One of the best teams, or actually the second best team in the game right now, making sure they give nothing away. As close as the hard points got, you let them get to that Game 5, just completely taking care of business.
It was the magic either side, man. I mean, we saw good teamwork out of New York Subliners, great play calls, wonderful, target prioritization, when it comes to like being in those awkward situations, and even the 1v1 gunfights. And I'm glad I touched upon the 1v1 gunfights. Go you, Miles, because our scuff play of the game, it is going to be that wonderful round we saw Clay take on Big Wake in the 1v1. And again, that was just it was one of many rounds where so many things have to go right for the New York Subliners chance. It was your theme, it was the timing. And every single time something magic happened, it was just an amazing series all in all, but a nail-biting search and destroy still.
And this is the moment for Asim, right? Just 2 players up top. You're working with the man disadvantage. Someone's got to make the big play, and they line up just for a moment after Havoc gets traded out. Asim shreds the first, and just the Kobe from over top nails the Semtex just to force that 1v1. And of course, in this moment, Clayster has the opening hand, or the upper hand, I should say, right? Awakening just gets a kill. Clayster makes the perfect read towards the end and gets the job done. Maybe my theme got destroyed towards the end because Subliners flipped that switch, but even early on when things were getting dicey, making some big plays in a big moment, and that is the type of thing that Clayster absolutely lives for. New York coming in, taking care of business.
But their business is far from concluded. As you can see, their road to the major. LAG 3-1. That was an exciting Game 5 against the Mutineers. But up next, Dallas Empire. Ravens after that. Big old final boss, Toronto Ultra. Very cool to see how that whole stage is going to play out. Because again, this group is mean, has to be said. Mutineers, they are indeed looking very, very strong. A nail-biting series there. And again, they are the real deal. Let's see how they run, though. And again, they took down Ultra, that 3-2, 3-0 versus the Ravens. A very close one here against the Subliners. But for the rest of this, road to the major chance. You called it. This is a top 2 spot. If they can take down Guerrillas and Empire, and again, in the current form they're in, you have to assume that's the case. They could be well and truly going into that next major. The first one on land. Looking very fine indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, what a day! What a wonderful day of games. We hope you enjoyed the show. After the break, Lottie will be talking to Mack in our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. We'll see what he's got to say about New York and their recent success. We will see you after this break.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Unlock a CDL team pack with any purchase on gamefuel.com/CDL while supplies last. Offer ends on August 31st. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
Hello everybody and welcome to your GameFuel Victory Spotlight. Joining me today I have the one and only Mack from New York Subliners. Dude, what a match. Oh my god, that was crazy. All the way down to the wire. The S&D was absolutely wicked from you guys. Dominated that last one. Congratulations on the dub there. You guys keep fighting, don't you? No matter what you are thrown up against, the fight is always there. What would you say you attribute that to? Where does that fight come from, do you think, in your team?
I think Clay and Sim are a big part of that because they're like our main two vocal leaders, and like when we go down in series or go through like a rough stretch of maps or whatever, like they're always there to just bump it back up and make sure we're in check and just play off one another and feed off one another.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely see that happening. You guys as a team are really cohesive now. You've gelled together so well. And that match in specific was quite a big match, you know, because it means that you're top of your group now. You're top of Group B. Did you guys know that coming into it? Was that kind of at the forefront of your minds, you know, because obviously getting into the winners bracket for this next major, it's a big thing. So did you kind of play with that in mind?
Yeah, we definitely did. It was definitely gave us some fire playing for that #1 seed and just made the match that much more important to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Mack, I tell you what, you were frying in that series, and your play personally has improved so much throughout this season so far. What would you say that comes down to, and what have you kind of learned along the way this season?
I think it comes down to just getting more comfortable. Obviously, I've been switching roles back and forth, and then also just kind of the adjustment to 5v5 to 4v4. I definitely am still picking up on some things, and it took me a little bit, but you know, having someone on your team like Clay just to help me out and give me little insights on certain things definitely helps me improve a lot faster.
Amazing. Well, I'll tell you what, Mack, stay in the COD kitchen, keep on frying. We absolutely love to see it, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Lottie.
We've heard from Mack. Things are going pretty damn well for New York Subliners. Even despite a very close game with Mutineers, they show that they can pull it through and clutch up when it matters most. And I tell you what matters most to me is talking about all these incredible games that we've seen today. We need to break things down on the desk with Nameless, so stick with us after the break as we talk through every match we've seen today and what's going to be coming up tomorrow. Now we're flying over the gorgeous Florida right now, and you know what? It's hard not to reminisce about the beautifully executed games from some of our teams today, and as we do that, why not take a look at today's schedule with results presented by the US Army. We've seen two bangers across the board here. Paris, they have awoken. Welcome back to the league, Paris Legion. Love to see it. 3-1 takedown with Los Angeles Thieves, and then NYSL reigning supreme once again against the Mutineers. Unfortunately, our home series team does not manage to fight fit to that end of that dub there, and New York pull away with it. Well, I'll tell you what, Nameless, it's lovely to have you back. I love the burgundy sweater. I think it looks absolutely OP today. And we need to reflect on what we've just seen before us here, because boy, was that down to the wire. I mean, incredible stuff from both teams. And I think, like we said this morning, Nameless, you know, Florida definitely come on leaps and bounds. We did say, despite if they lose, it doesn't matter. Like, we're still really happy with the fact that they were able to kind of be up there with New York and really kind of pull that match to a pretty tight squeeze there at the end. I've got to ask you, though, if you've got any analysis ready and waiting for us from New York, because I know you always have something up your sleeve.
Yeah, let's take a look at that search and destroy. But to quickly talk about the match, you know, overview, I thought Florida played a fantastic series. I know that they're kicking themselves in the foot right now. There's a few opportunities that they definitely could have done better, especially in that first search and destroy. There was like 3 rounds in a row where they got a first blood and they just weren't able to convert it to a round win. But here in this round, what New York does that is incredible here is it's Clay. Look at what he does. He goes straight down the center of the map. They've identified this gap in the setup of Florida Mutineers, and you know, they just play super aggressive over at A. They go up top, they overwhelm the SMGs of Neptune and Havoc, and meanwhile doing that, the attention starts to be heavily focused over near that command center. Clay is able to get up and behind them, going straight through the middle of the map, catching that timing, and kills the guy on the back steps, which just blows that whole round wide open. So I just thought it was a heads-up play. We're seeing New York bring a bunch of different tricks out, and they're winning S&Ds. Even when their hardpoint starts to fall off a little bit, they're able to clutch up in their searches, which I think is incredible. There were so many rounds where they were down a man and still won the round, especially on that standoff. So hat tip to them.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that they've definitely been working on S&D. I think it's been the talk of the town recently that New York, their respawns, their hardpoint, absolutely top tier. And there were other places and situations that they needed to work on, and they have done that behind the scenes while also keeping a good grip on what they are also truly good at as well, which is fantastic. Now, a team we have to talk about, Nameless, is Thieves. And I've got to say, they had a pretty crushing defeat against Paris Legion. It did not go to plan, to say the least. But they have also stated that this is the team that they're going to keep going through the rest of the season. With that being said, you know, are you concerned about Thieves right now and in terms of them finding their rhythm in a timely manner?
Yeah, I think that this was the concern going into it, right? Like, you bring in Hook, it does not work. You put TJ back in, and you potentially lose that chemistry that you had with TJ prior during your honeymoon. And losing to Paris, that is very concerning, because this could be the start of the downfall for this Thieves roster. I know when they picked him back up, they thought that they were just going to start off where they left off on, and that certainly did not happen in this series. Their hardpoint still, it doesn't look that great. I know that they were able to take one of them and, you know, look solid throughout, but I mean, going up against Paris team that struggled versus the top teams throughout the season, who has not been great at search and destroy, ranked 11th, they're able to take down Thieves. This is a match that you have to come in and you have to win it to show that you still have that potential. And looking at it right here on this team, everybody needs to step up. Kenny he has not been in that MVP form that we've seen in a couple matches now. So I am worried about Thieves, especially with them saying that they won't change their roster until the end of the season now, because what if that chemistry's just gone? What if this team can't fix, you know, bringing TJ back in, that disdain that might be there? They might not be able to get over that hump. So if you're a Thieves fan, I'd be very concerned after this loss going forward.
Yeah, it is quite concerning, to say the least. I think, you know, I'm going to give them a little bit of faith. I'm going to try and push that forward, some good vibes coming their way, and hope they can kind of get back on track to the point that they were at when they had benched TJ. Let's see if they can find that groove again. But I've got to say, Paris, you know, some insight from Scraps just before we had the interview. You know, he said to me, we really needed that. We really needed that. That was super important to them mentally. So I'm excited to kind of see what they're going to do with that, you know, how that momentum is going to push them forward for the rest of the stage and where they end up heading into our next major. Well, let's take a look, though, at tomorrow's schedule, because we have plenty more COD coming your way tomorrow. And let's just see what the US Army are cooked up for us. So beginning your day, we have London Royal Ravens taking on Toronto Ultra. We have a game fuel marquee match with Legion coming back once again against OpTic. They're going to need all the momentum they can get going up against the green wall. And then we also have Surge versus Røkkr. So some big games on here. Hopefully some of them can rock the boat. No pun intended, / kind of intended. And thank you so much for joining us once again on the desk. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm actually going to leave the studio. I'm going to head straight to the beach. But thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Don't be late for some more Call of Duty League action. Good night.
Pairs get the secure, they still have the streaks, and they still have the gunny. Rotation is theirs, and so should be the game. Get 3 players stacked inside the point, Temp with the flanks. Pairs, I mean, they have just been running through the Thieves since the start of this game. Ridiculous performance from these guys.
Huge stuff, 10 seconds for the win. Paris Legion, it's going to be a blind fire through the middle of the map. It should get a couple of them, but that is that. In the end, it's going to be a 3-1. Legion, get it done. Welcome back, boys. We've missed you.
Depending on the timing, might find the opening, awakening. I don't know what kind of vision he's going to get on this.
No, unlucky for him. Asim wins the shot punch. Nades are out. Damage dealt. Bomb is down, though. New York have to hit the defuse. 2-2 split. Perfect pinch now on the bomb site. Clay from up high. Again, perfect awareness now from Clay. Pressing that advantage. HyDra through mid-tracks. Oh, my word. Florida's trying to isolate one side of the flanks, and it's not going to work out. Guys are up high. What a 2-piece. The damage dealt again, as Havoc's going to be there. And now it's a 2v2. Asim cutting through mid-trains. HyDra's on the flank as well. The pinch once again. And HyDra and Asim get it done. Wow. Asim with a unbelievable series out of him, man. I mean, he was playing for his life. 11-4 there. In both of the search and destroys, he goes God mode. That is unreal stuff.